This is the rigmarole to hit
You have
tomorrow,
like
Bless, is
10
what it
fucking
says.
paragraphs on your phone for Kind of Funny
what the heck is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Snowbike Mike, and the Jabroni Boys back at it for the Kind of Funny podcast, celebrating 10 years of Kind of Funny on the big anniversary. It's Mike. It's Bless.
Am I part of the Jabroni
My
Boys now?
homeboy. My man, dude. My best friend, Roger.
I
love you so much.
I had my mic on my jacket and immediately took off my jacket.
Idiots.
Like, I need to know. I did a stream a few nights ago,
Yeah.
and somebody like brought up Mike of like, what's Mike like in the office? And I'm like, oh, lately every day Mike will walk into the office, dap me up,
Dap you up.
and he'll be like, oh, what's up? And I'm like, oh, I forget what he calls me. And I'm like, I think he calls me homeboy. And I was like, no, there's no way he calls you homeboy. That's crazy. He probably says homie or whatever.
And of course, at the end, Barrett
Turns out he
Courtney,
does call me
who is
homeboy.
going to quickly get on our level here.
Probably
get on our
not. Very, very sober right now. Quick correction, not the Jabroni Boys.
Yeah.
The Next Gen crew.
Oh,
Let's
Next
be
Gen
real.
crew. Put a little respect
But
on the name.
didn't we say we didn't like that at a point?
Oh,
When
shit.
we try to change that to something.
We did try to change
And then
the
we
Next Gen
and then they
podcast
took
for a
away the
while.
show from us. And
Yeah,
we're
we
like,
were
actually,
trying to
we love this.
rebrand the Next Gen podcast, and they were like, don't worry about it. We're going to cancel it.
You're going to see Barrett on the podcast.
Once a month. We'll do it once a month.
He's going to be on
We'll do the regular
podcast.
Kind of Funny podcast.
every once in a while, I will give
We're
credit.
doing it right now.
Whenever, yeah, my first time in a year. Every once in a while, Kevin will look at me whenever there's, when we're doing our production meetings. It's like, oh, we need seats to fill and stuff. And it's always like Nick, Mike, Tim, and then they want to fill in a fourth. And Kevin looks at me like, you should join. I'm like, I don't have that rapport with that crew.
That's why you got to jump in.
That's why
I'll be
it starts
honest.
tonight, though. We build up
starts
his
tonight.
report tonight.
Because Barrett, I'm like you.
Oh, this rapport is excellent.
I'm
It's
with
just
you,
with
Barrett.
those guys.
It was, I'm like, one of these days,
Those
I'm like,
guys,
man,
fuck those guys.
I want to do the Kind of Funny podcast.
Yeah.
But then I look around, I'm like, man, I haven't built it up yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
know
like
what I
we
mean?
build it up now because they're watching. And if we can keep Nick Scarpino entertained inside the living room, then you put on for your city.
That's so true.
You know what I mean? 'Cause,
If
like,
we walk out there and Nick is watching
Nick is
that
gonna have
fucking
Godzilla
movie,
on.
Exactly.
then we fucked up.
if you keep them up, that means we're doing well. Of course, boys, welcome in. It's 10 years of Kind of Funny. We're celebrating the big anniversary stream tonight. It's late night over here. Of course, you might be watching this later on in the morning or in the afternoon. But Bless, how we feeling right now?
Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling
Yeah,
really
you
good.
feel real good?
I'm feeling something. My heart, there's a warmness. And I think that's just the fact that, it's been 10 years. I've been
That's
here for,
good.
I was doing the math.
Or was it that y'all were sitting out there drinking like old men for like the last hour and a half?
No.
It was a lot of shit talking and a lot of drinking.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like, I mean,
And Taco Bell.
us being, this being the 10th anniversary means that it's my 5th anniversary being here. It's your 4th anniversary. It's Barrett's 6th anniversary being here.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy to think that each of us have been here for that long.
Big
How long have you been here?
6 years. 6 years tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barrett's been here longer than, I'm drunk. I was gonna say longer than Kind of Funny's been around is what I was gonna say. That doesn't make sense. You've been here for longer than half.
How many of you had today?
Let's go on down to Roger. Roger, how we feeling on the late night?
I'm feeling good. I had the realization a few weeks ago when I was going through all of the footage and a lot of the good footage through Kind of Funny's history. Let's be honest, it's people drunk on podcasts, right?
Yeah.
Podcasts on streams, and I realized that I haven't been drunk on a stream at least in
don't
person.
recommend it.
I know. I'm not trying to say I'm trying to get there, but like I'm already there. So like we're gonna.
I'm
have
with
to
you.
figure
I've
this
never been
out.
drunk on a stream.
Yeah, never.
Never.
You were sober during Joe McWolf. Then the Joe
Oh,
McWolf.
the
I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know what you're
But I'm
referring to.
excited. I'm feeling good. And I was saying earlier, like the tattoo's over. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just the core crew in the office, and I just feel like the vibes are up.
There was
They're
an
weird and they're
intimacy
up.
between you and Blessing during that tattoo segment.
Yeah.
You were
think
so
so?
close.
It was like
face
we're
to face.
snuggling a little bit.
You were,
Yeah,
it was. You
cute.
were close. I thought about.
There was nothing we could do about it. Like that's the situation.
Yeah.
Like I mean, what did you
And I
want to
liked
do?
it.
Yeah. It
Like
was
you were
nice.
laying down.
You said something in the beginning, right? You said,
You put him in a
said I've
position.
never seen you lay down before, Roger. And I thought that was a very specific thing, but it made
No, but
me
think
laugh.
about it.
Yeah, it's true.
They're just looking at you like you were just laying down. And I was like, I just
and
never
I'm
seen
like,
you.
and I'm like cuddled up, snuggled up. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you're kind of like I didn't want to say it, but it was like your
It is
legs.
a very intimate moment.
Your legs
yeah.
were like this.
A lot of thigh, too.
Yeah.
A lot of thigh.
And I wanted to make eye contact, but I felt like that was too far. I felt like that
Nah.
was too far. But I feel like that might have connected us a little bit.
I mean,
further.
we've known each other for long enough.
Yeah.
We're making eye contact right now. Do something about it.
Make some eye contact with the third way down there. Barrett Courtney, you've been doing a lot. You're very busy. How are you feeling right now, though, for the podcast?
Feeling very tired, but a little bit rejuvenated. There was a point that we were getting, while the tattoos were happening, we were setting up for KFAF, and Kevin asked me a question, and I was like a little bit short with him. He's like, "You okay?" And I was like, "No, I've hit my wall. I'm exhausted," which I know you hit earlier today, and I'm hoping you're feeling a little bit better.
Let's fill him up. Give him
Let's fill him, yeah, give him some.
I gotta drive home, dude.
Everybody's Ubering. Everybody's
We're all Ubering. On the company. On the company.
It's
I'll be good about
Barrett,
it.
real talk. We will pay for your
Fill it
Uber
up.
home and back to get the car. During the trip.
Wow. That's a
real
life.
talk.
Wow.
That's okay. All right, that
about
sounds.
That goes for anyone, by the way.
Get him some ice.
Do you need ice?
Roger needs ice.
I already have ice.
We're gonna kick off this podcast with some fun.
We're going long.
Let's get the next.
We're going
What
long.
are we branding ourselves then? It's not the next gen boys anymore. You're not doing the Jabroni boys. What do you want to be?
It has to be like, I don't know, the now, the current.
Wow,
the, like,
now that's pretty
Sounds like a Disney
badass.
Channel show.
what, the now?
Yeah, it sounds like something that would interrupt other Disney Channel shows. That's like a 5-minute update of like.
See, for me, it sounds like a wrestling stable. It sounds like a tag team. The Now's up against the New Day.
Well, let's keep up with the nows for right now. Let's rock the now. Of course, this is the now. Barrett, Mike, myself, Blessing, and Roger. Gave myself twice on that one, so you know I'm feeling it. Of course, if you love what we do here at Kind of Funny, consider supporting us with the brand new Kind of Funny membership available on Patreon, YouTube, and now Spotify and Apple Podcasts. The Kind of Funny membership gets you all of our shows ad-free and a daily episode of exclusive show, Greg Way, where Greg is topping off drinks. You can touch mine one more time. I'll take another sip.
Wow.
When Mike drinks, he fucking drinks.
Yeah, I didn't know Mike was like
That
this.
happened right there.
I've
no,
never
thank
seen
you.
Roger drunk still.
And
Really?
And I've never seen
You
Mike
seen it?
drunk.
Well, I guess we didn't hang out too much at the wedding, at the Getty's wedding. I was fucking plastered.
Oh, were you?
I was plastered by then.
Should've
I was
talking
one
about
night
the
we
Sonic
took back the
event.
night.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think we were
But he
drunk,
wasn't drunk, though.
We had a
I
good
was
time.
drunk.
Yeah.
I told y'all a lot of stories that night.
Gonna have a good time.
Was that at the loud place or the place that had music loud? I couldn't hear shit, dude.
No,
we eventually went out to like eat somewhere.
Yeah,
and
it was like at a sausage
yes.
place.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good
And
night.
then they
That was a
closed,
good night.
it closed at 11 p.m. and I'm like, what the fuck is going wrong
I
with
know, it
San
was like a
Francisco?
Friday night. It's like the
fuck?
mission. What were we
What the
doing
fuck is
here?
happening?
I took y'all to like
Greg,
my
what's
number
up?
one date spot.
Number one, Alochin says that was a heavy pour. Greg, don't worry about my pours. All right, it's the 10th anniversary. We're pouring how we're pouring. I had something I wanted to propose as a question, a thought starter
Oh, I love
from
this.
all of you, because you know we like have the meetings IRL here and thing. So stick with me, and then double stick with me. Number first, stick with me is the walk at IGN. When you in my day, when you would hit 10 years, you get a plaque on the wall with your me or whatever. Da da da. They did something to honor. I think something Kind of Funny's bad at is honoring employee anniversaries, right? Because most employee anniversaries are the anniversary of the company, so it's kind of awkward and not even awkward, but we're all in. So it's this where it's like, oh, it's my 6th year. Like, oh, right, that's amazing. I would say the way it's on track would be, what would be something that's realistic that we could do for like 10th anniversaries of employees? Like what would be, and like, oh, fucking trip to Hawaii, $1 million, you know, get fucked. It's not gonna happen. But like, what could we do that would be like something you'd be like, oh, that's cool. All right, thank you.
Go get lightning reaction. And then on your 10th anniversary,
fuck.
you play lightning reaction against your boss, Greg Miller.
Well, I just like the
God.
idea of us talking about
If you
like
lose,
what our
you take a
10th
shot.
what our 10th anniversary gift might be. That's us thinking about, oh, will we even make it in 10 years?
Yeah.
And then Mike's just like, let's do lightning react right now.
Go
Let's
get
make some
lightning
content.
reactions.
When Kevin leaves, another Kevin comes in. Let's get the dog
God.
collars.
Shot collars, no.
We'll think on that.
Yeah, we'll sit on that one. I like that.
Because I like the
like
plaque
5 years
idea.
from now.
Because we already have the walls.
My name is on the wall.
I'm
Is it
walking
really?
myself back here.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
I think it would be cool to have like the 10-year plaques on like that wall, but then we're covering names and that doesn't feel right. But something along those lines, I do like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to interrupt too much on the show, but Rooster Teeth, which I obviously love very, very much, they would do a custom portrait of each employee once they hit their.
Ooh.
I think it was 5 years actually that they would do theirs.
That's nice.
And put it up on the wall, and that always meant a lot to me. And anyway, I don't know. That was something I've thought about for a long time. But
I love that.
Can we get custom portraits with our favorite boss?
It's just a great, it's a great
Or best
question,
friend.
Tim. Just one question back at you, Tim. Is Rooster Teeth still in business?
Ooh.
Yeah, got
Should have been doing all those portraits.
It's got a point.
Save some money.
And all the money went to those portraits.
I love a portrait. I'm down for
I
that.
do love that though.
Yeah.
And I want it to be like a unified style if we do that, right? Like
I mean,
almost-
what, like campfire design or
Yeah, like it's a
Panama?
specific artist, and maybe it's like a Renaissance thing we all get. You know what I mean?
Like the Kevin, like not that.
Yeah,
way,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not very Renaissance, but the like iconic Panama's. Kevin,
Exactly, and we
yeah.
all get it. and We
laying
can like
down.
kind of customize it or whatever that is.
We make Andy
yeah.
do it,
Oh, okay.
including his own.
For 5 years. Here you go.
Andy drew you here.
Me and
I
Andy
see
in the paint.
Blessing looking over at me, and when I look into his eyes, I know he's not here.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, he's dialed in. He's dialed in. Of course, this is the Kind of Funny podcast. Today, we're celebrating 10 years of Kind of Funny content. In case you missed it, you can now gift or get an annual membership on Patreon. That is the absolute best way to support us. And every 10 gifted memberships, we'll spin a wheel, which includes so many game giveaways, big jackpot items, and a bunch of very dumb things we're probably going to regret, like Tim and Nick, who currently have mustaches.
Yeah, no one else has much.
Well, we'll spin some.
We'll spin some. We
more wheels.
we owe a lot of wheel spins.
We'll spin some more wheels.
I know we'll probably do some updates before the final Kind of Funny podcast. Shout out to, I believe, at Destin Legary or at Destin on Twitch, who was my first boss in this industry.
Love that.
Wow.
We'll get
In
you
the
two a
chat?
portrait together.
My favorite boss.
Let's jump into the show. We got a very special one for you because we're bringing on different groups of the team here at Kind of Funny, and we're listening to voicemails that you submitted to the audience out there. So the community gets to celebrate 10 years and voicemail in with some fun questions, comments, concerns, questions, whatever, you know. Let's take the first one.
It'll take
You
a
didn't
second
give
to
Tim
load.
any time.
Yeah.
You didn't give
But
Tim
we're
any
mentally
time.
there, man.
We're yeah.
Happy New Year to the entire Kind of Funny crew and merry 10 years. Well done, guys. Amazing work.
I like this energy.
This is Mike from Not So Sunny England.
Fuck yeah.
I'll pause for Greg to do the impression.
Fuck yeah, Mike.
Boy, Governor.
I wanted to send a voice memo in for a couple of slip-ups by both Blessing and Mike involving the same game that
me.
have become daily vocabulary in my house. And both of these involve news on Games Daily for a little to the left. Blessing
shit.
announcing the Daily Tidy, read it as the Daily Tiddy, which my wife now does every single day on the little to the left, the Daily Tiddy. That's
good.
And Mike announcing the Cupboards and Drawers DLC, or as he said, Cupboards and Drawers.
That's how he spelled it.
Love you guys. Thanks
I
again.
put the blame on you so quick.
Yeah, no.
Shift
I was
blame
watching
so
it. I was
quick.
like, there's
That's
no
how
way.
we wrote it.
That's how he. Well, Blessing wrote the doc. It's like that's how it's fucking spelled,
my God.
and then you're just genuine. Oh shit! Like just coming out, just slipping out.
And
It
just
was
moving
so
forward.
perfect.
That's great.
The daily tidy, daily titty thing was
Yeah.
like a "you're wrong," where it was like
Okay.
an out today that was missed or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And I remember reading I remember reading the "you're wrong," and it was like, "Oh, you guys missed the daily titty," and I remember reading it
Daily titty
and
can
being
never
like,
be wrong.
I think while reading it, I was like, I looked at Greg and I was like, somebody's fucking with us. They said that the daily titty is out today, and then Greg looks at it, he's like, tidy. And when I tell you that shit slayed me. But also, I've not heard anybody bring that up since, and so I thought that was just like a moment that
That's
was lost in
super
time.
good.
So thank you so much for
God,
bringing that
that's
up because
great.
that shit still I think back to it and I crack up.
Happens all the time.
I love
Happens
that.
all the time.
There's so many little things, like not even like fuck ups, but like things that you all say, but like I think specifically, honest, I'm gonna be honest, Mike has said that has become like my daily vocabulary with like with just video games and everything. Mako Freakout.
Mako freak
Dude,
out.
Mako Freakout is like the way I describe most JRPGs I play. Like I'm playing Metaphor, oh fuck, Mako Freakout. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, like Mako Freakout. There's like all these little dumb things that like I've gained from just watching Kind of Funny, but specifically from Mike. That has
Yeah.
just come, like, this is a weird one, but like when they were playing, they were doing this stream for Super Mario World 3D, right? That's the one that where there was the
Yeah,
4-player
when
one.
they're- yeah, they
3D
were
World,
playing
yeah,
together.
3D World, and he was playing as Peach. And he would just float, and he would always hit the side of a platform and just fall down. And then he just got so mad, he was like, Mantle, Peach, Mantle. And anytime like I'm driving and someone just doesn't go fast enough or something, I'm like, fucking Mantle.
Oh man, get the Taduki. God, what an era.
Taduki don't get the Taduki tail, man. Tim beat
Don't
that
touch
into
the
us. I'll
Taduki.
tell you what, man. We had so much fun just making poor Tim just stress the fuck
Yeah.
out all the
And
time.
Junior 2000 in the chat said, I say fucking Roger to myself. That's,
Fucking Roger.
that's horrifying, but also pretty funny.
I say fucking Roger
Fucking-
all the time now.
Fucking Roger has
Yeah.
become. It's been more recent for me in the last couple of weeks, just because I've I've held off on that one just because it feels like a dog pile, you know, like it's easy for things to come on quick.
Yeah.
Like the
I
big
get
tongue thing, a funny bit, but it was like
Too
very
much.
quick.
Too much.
There's a lot of big big tongue. But I've given it to
I'm fine with
fucking Roger.
Freaking Roger.
I'm fine with it just because I know it is mostly a dunk on Mike, right? Like, it is not a dunk on me. It's a dunk on the fact that Mike blames me for everything, which I'm okay with. It's not me actually fucking up. So yeah, I'm fine with that.
Oh man, we've had some fun times together. You know, remember when we switched socks? So much fun.
So fun.
gross.
Yeah,
So
that sounds
fun.
nasty.
And then you tried to bitch out of it and be like, oh, I have real socks, and you tried to be like,
So there we were, you know, a best friend like Mike, always thinking 2 steps ahead, Bless,
course.
as
Lot
I've
of
taught
best
you,
friends.
right? There we
great
were
at
hiding
chess.
our feet. They couldn't
You
see
didn't teach
it.
me shit, by the way. I taught you life. You didn't teach me shit.
Yeah. Here, Bless, okay? Where's Nick Scarpino when you need him? I'm hiding a fresh pair of socks underneath us. And Roger doesn't get the gist of like, here's a free pair of socks. You don't have to do this, Roger.
but then you would still have to do it.
Yeah, Roger, I'd do anything for you.
Because he's
Okay.
freak nasty like that.
I'll
Yeah, I
step
know.
in front of the
He
Toyota
likes
Yaris.
that.
Freak nasty.
Let's go to the next one. Thank you, Mike, from across the pond for that great voicemail. Let's go to the next one.
Hello, Barrett, Blessing, and Roger, aka the KF Next Gen crew.
Is that Madeline?
It's me, Madeline, and I just want to appreciate all the hard work you've done. From the amazing Game of the Year content to Kinda Munchies to Game Showdown, you three make some of my all-time favorite Kinda Funny content. Thank you for all the hard work you do in front of the lens and behind the scenes. I'm looking forward to hearing more from all three of you in 2025.
Love that.
Much.
It's crazy
Yeah.
how much we've worked on shit together.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
And I feel like our collaborations are underrated, and like our individual projects I think get shouted out because like when somebody owns something and makes it their baby, I think that stuff gets uplifted, right?
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
when I think about the Next Gen podcast, or I think about like me and Roger doing the Blessing Show, right? Or I think about Roger doing Kinda Munchies and bringing everyone in, like that shit always shines, and that shit like it's the other thing of our core content is the stuff that stays forever, right? Gamescast is every single day, KFD is every single day, KF Podcast is every single week, right? But like Kinda Munchies is such a moment in time. And so like I think it's easy to forget of like, yo, that was a cool ass show when you did it, right?
Yeah.
Like that was a dope ass thing that you did, right? And like getting I think back to the I say it's like it was 10 years ago.
But it was a long time. It was like over a year ago.
Yeah, over a year ago, but you getting one of the dudes from Square Pie guys
Yeah.
in
Yes.
to like make a bunch of original pizza.
So fun.
Yeah, like that shit was fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, it's super cool, and I'm happy with like, I don't know, during Kinda Munchies, I was so nervous and I didn't want to do it. I did the thing to Tim where I was like, do we have to do this? Do I have to actually do this? I just got so scared. I'd never hosted anything before. And during it, I think it was like a little bit of like an uphill battle with the audience of like, hey, like this is a fun, dumb thing. It's a little different. But I think afterwards, there's been like this resurgence of people being like, oh my gosh, like I missed that thing. Like that was a really fun time. And it was just stupid and good time. But yeah, thank you so much. Like I love Kinda Munchies, and I love all the other shows and things that you talked about as well. Game Showdown, we all do it together.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
That's also really cool. Like that's a collaboration with us three. That's incredible stuff.
Yeah. Game Showdown is like is a special one, right? And like we've talked about it a lot in the last year, and I think I've seen it get its flowers and all that stuff. So thank you all for watching it and like loving it and all that. But yeah, that's another case of like we work together to do it. Of course, like I'm making the trivia and I'm like in my bag of being at my desk and like figuring all that shit out, right? But the fact that I can rely so hard on Barrett to like be on cue and like I know how hard Barrett works and like how on it Barrett is, that like I can be like, hey, here we're gonna do a cheat code sound, and I can just trust that I can say a thing, pause, and Barrett is gonna have the cue. Like that is such a like that builds toward having like a strong presence on camera and being able to like have that shit come through. And for Roger, right, like
It's a different type of like not a co-host rapport, but like a
like a co-host or like a host
rapport.
producer chemistry.
Speaking of which, Greg Miller, could I get a refill on a little bit of bourbon? I don't know
get
where
a
the
refill.
bourbon went.
The bourbon's out there, of course. I can't get you more, but I thought I would come with a little bit of some of the factoids and the statoids everybody loves, all right? We go to the Kinda Funny
Game of the Year
subreddit where
stats.
SD Infected wrote, "Hi, all. During today's stream, Blessing wondered if he had been on more shows in person or work from home. Since I have all the data in the KFDB.app, I figured I'd just gather it for everyone at Kinda Funny. So, drum roll, please. Blessing, before COVID, did 100 shows in the original studio, the old studio.
In 2 months.
Yeah.
Well, you know how it works though. You do multiple shows in a day.
That's insane though.
Work from home.
Makes so much
Blessing did 1,017 shows in the spare bedroom. Blessing has done 1,024 shows. I'll go get you bourbon.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Holy
That's
shit! So
beautiful.
I've officially done more shows in person than I have at home, which
And
is
that was
crazy.
just recently, too. Or like
Yeah.
that was in the last couple of months.
100
To include like the first 100 that you did. Like
yeah.
Nuts.
Jesus,
That's
that's
insane.
crazy.
I still
It's
think time-wise, though, like length of time, I think I might have just crossed that threshold or being about to cross that threshold. Because I was here for 2.5 months. We were then at home for 2.5 years, and now we've been working in this. Did I get that wrong?
No,
We
I'm shaking my head.
We started
that's
March
insane.
2020. We came back October 2022.
Yeah. So like,
So it was 2.5 years roughly.
yes.
And so now we are a little less than 2.5 years
Yeah.
from being in the spare bedroom. So we're close to you being more in person than you were from home in terms of like
Yeah,
day to day
which is
wise.
insane, right?
It's
Like,
the
those
content
numbers
is
are very
passed over
close.
just because of the amount of content that we make now. You know.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's cheers to you three and the awesome collaborations you guys have created.
Yeah.
The chat's been popping off, celebrating you guys and all the cool things you've done. One more time with the cheer. Okay,
Yeah.
let's-
Come on.
don't be putting it down now. Let me see you hit it. Let me see you hit it now, okay?
What do you mean? I do want to shout out Game of the Year, because like.
What did he just say? I missed whatever just happened. I'm still not on y'all's level.
Let me see you hit it. Don't let me see you put it down now. You'll be such a good youth pastor, man. Get into church.
I'm gonna be honest. You sound like a black youth pastor.
You really do sound like a black youth pastor. Get into church, man. You would convert so many people to Jesus.
We can't do that because, as Nick established earlier in the stream, we're all atheists. Apparently, it kind of
Did he say that? Audio listeners, this is going up on audio listeners. Mike just did a full
We
spit
need
take.
napkins.
Great job, boys.
holy shit! All right, Mike's walking off with a hot mic really quick.
Game over.
Yeah, I do want to shout out Barrett's work with Game of the Year, because me and Barrett I think come from similar places of like, you know, the Game of the Year content that we love, because
Yes.
you know, both of us, we watched hella Giant Bomb, right? I used to watch so much Giant Bomb cast before working
so
here.
to actually bring it back, I listen to Giant Bomb now. I didn't start really listening to Giant Bomb until Jan Ochoa started hosting, and like that dude.
See, that's when I stopped. I was like, man, that Jan guy.
Dude, I fucking love him as a host, and like it was one of those weird things because I know he's just like a homie of a homie.
Yeah.
But I like ran into him randomly in like Golden Gate Park once. We were both separately walking our dogs, and I ran in, like I saw him, and I was like, oh my god, that's Jan Ochoa from Giant Bomb. That's so cool. Yeah, I love that crew. But back in the day, like just to build this up correctly, right? To kind of building up to what we do for Game of the Year now, the podcast that I was listening to for Game of the Year content was the OK Beast podcast.
Which is what I was gonna bring it into.
One of my favorite fucking podcasts every year was you, Moises, Ian,
Alex Van Aken. Brandon Wilson.
Yeah, Brandon, like all of you. Oh my gosh, shout out to Brandon. Like, all of you just fucking debating for hours and hours over the course of several podcasts, and it's essentially like roughly the same of like what MinMax does, what Giant Bomb does. But that was kind of my introduction of that type of content.
Like Game of the Year content can be very exciting.
And it's very exciting. And honestly, the way we do Game of the Year stuff now is very different from what everybody else does. And a lot of what everybody else does, like MinMax, like Giant Bomb, is very much how like an IGN or GameSpot does their kind of debates on nominations. There's not really debate, I think. I only have my experience with IGN of like you debate nominations and then you vote for like winners and shit. And there's just something about kind of funny with Game of the Year stuff. What the fuck are you laughing
Mike.
at?
It's Mike.
Okay, all right.
He's in a different universe.
Okay. A lot of our content is about Tim Geddes. Not Tim Geddes. Tim Geddes knows, because he's running the show right now. a lot of our content is built around hype
Yep.
and reactions.
Yeah.
And we did a little bit of stuff like early iterations of what we do now, and I would consider like my first like producing of the Kind of Funny Game of the Year of 2020 when the 4 of y'all sent in your votes. I was one who tabulated everything. I made really shitty photoshops of like just images of like number 10 and like all this shit. And being able to kind of iterate on that over the years, for 2021 we were still working from home, but I made like cool little videos that time around. And then that kind of made a step towards when we got into the studio and making these fucking huge set piece things and like having Andy like collaborate with that. Like that stuff would not look nearly as good if I didn't have Andy helping me.
I just wanted to have a question of like, I always think about how cool our Game of the Year stuff is. So like, what was the origin of that? It was just literally like,
it was one of
between you and Tim, or was this like
I think this
inspired
was
by
like
something
Barrett
else?
putting in the work in 2020, right?
Yeah, but like, where did the idea of it? Because I think it's so interesting, and I don't see anyone
because we
doing
do it
that.
very different words.
And we also
like,
have a lot of people, right? But still.
Yeah, and so like I remember vaguely in 2019, I wouldn't say I like produced that episode of Game of the Year for Game of the Year 2019, and that was still only the Gamescast host voting. So it was Tim, Jared,
Fran?
or no, it honestly, if that was the 2019 Game of the Year, you must have been on that.
Yes, I was.
So I think that was you,
it was me, Andy.
Fran.
Maybe not Andy, actually.
No, it was you, Fran, Greg, and Tim.
Okay.
And I remember we came up with the idea of like, all right, y'all send me your votes and all this stuff, but I gave Tim the results, and then Tim like read on like the top 5 or whatever.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it
And then
was
it just
more of just like an
progressed.
iteration on that, where I was like, well, if they're gonna react to it, I want Tim to react to it because Tim's the fucking king around
Yeah.
here, right? And so that's when it was like, okay, I really want to make this fully like a React thing with all of you. And then, 2021 was when we opened it up to pretty much all the hosts of, the XCast hosts, including Mike, Paris, Janet from PS I Love You, and then myself at the time, I was the Kind of Funny Games podcast director, and Kevin was the
yeah, I
Kind
forget that
of
was a
Funny
thing.
Prime podcast
Yeah.
director. And so because I was the like games producer, the other conversation was like, well, I play a lot of fucking games and I produce a lot of
Yeah.
this content. I'll vote as well. We didn't invite Gary to that voting, though.
No.
I forget why that
Now you gotta
was
hold him back from any voting. Is right?
held back.
Lost.
I want to shout out
Helldivers.
an observation, right? I think one of the things that's cool about the story that you're telling about like Game of the Year and how that came from like, you seeing the need or seeing like the opening for like, oh man, I can put production behind this and like, make it into a thing because I want Tim to react to it. I want the crew to react to it, and like, I can like put in the extra Barrett touch. Because that like the story you're telling is gonna, end up in like going into premiere and doing the reveals and doing all that stuff.
Yep.
And I think what's cool about that is like that has led to one of the biggest productions at Kind of Funny as far as Game of the Year every year.
Yep.
And that is very similar to Game Showdown, where Game Showdown started off with me, I think, randomly DMing Tim on Slack and being like, because I missed Jared Petty doing Mobile Gamer Bullshit, and I knew that like I was like I like trivia, like I hit up Tim and I was like, yo, if you want, I can do a segment of like trivia.
And those were the Kind of Funny Gamescast post shows.
Yeah,
at the
and Tim
time.
was like, oh yeah,
Remember
sure, like
post
let's
shows?
do it as a post show, right? And so like started doing those as post shows, and that then caught on and it turned into something, right? Like I think there's something special about the fact that we have these ideas, and like maybe at the time we know that like, oh man, I want this to be something bigger. I can see this as something bigger.
Yeah.
But the fact that they start off as kernels and we can go to them and be like, yo, I have this idea, and it's like, all right, well, we'll do this as a small thing. All right, cool. And it can
Let him pop.
and
Yeah.
like it'll snowball into these big things that
Like
are
popcorn. I like
it
that.
pop.
That was good, Mike. That was good hosting.
yeah.
Just take
Real
another
quick.
sip.
As Mike takes another sip, I want to pop in here. I do not want to interrupt this because I just
That's the
wanna
job
know-
of the
yeah.
producer, Tim.
I want y'all to have the conversation, but hearing this, I do want you to know how much it warms my heart because to me, it's not a kernel. Y'all have the vision. You come to me, both you, Barrett, Bless, the examples you're giving, you Slack me, talk to me, hit me up on Discord, whatever it is. Every one of you sitting there has done this in some way. And it's like you act like, oh, I had this idea, whatever. It's like, no. You know the idea. I hear it when you explain it to me. And there's nothing more important than passion.
Oh.
And
Let's put it all together again.
Yeah.
Come
Fucking
on, man.
cheers. Fucking cheers.
Don't put it down. Hit that shit.
Yeah.
Hit that.
Look at that.
Celebrate
but I
these
just-
3 minds that you got. They're beautiful.
No,
They got it.
Mike, you too. I'm gonna end this very quick because this isn't about me, but I just want you to know it is about you. Y'all have the vision, and I love it, and I just want to support you guys doing everything. And when you all come to me with ideas that I'm like, yes, immediately you tell me, I'm like, yes, this is what I want Kind of Funny to be. It's like I want to support that any way possible, and you keep proving me right. So
Yeah.
I love you all.
To speak on that, I know we have more fucking voicemails.
We got a
to
lot
get
of
to.
voicemails.
I know. And I know this isn't about Tim. It's about us. But it's going to
About
loop
the
back to
now.
us. It's about the now.
He hit it.
Kind of funny now. I want to thank Tim just because he constantly gives the room to let us have our vision.
Absolutely.
I had no right to ask in 2019, hey, Tim, I'm going to play all the Zelda games and make a fucking 4-hour video about it, and I'm going to use a lot of work time to do that. Does that sound cool? That was insane for me coming in purely not as like a talent person, on camera person, right? Like I was in there to be the social media manager for whatever reason, to like do backup directing and just other tech stuff. And there's just this burning passion and desire to make something stupid and just fun.
Yeah.
And it's been really heartwarming to see how that kernel of Zelda in review did pop into, you know, the bullshit of Assassin's Creed in review, and then the Blessing show, and like even, you know, like this is a weird one, but like still like the Peter Griffin and Fortnite theory video that you made. And the fact
Made it
that like
happen.
the 3 of us came from video essay stuff, the fact that like you made a Batman Arkham Origins video essay that inspired me to make video essays.
Yeah.
And you're a
So
fucking
wild.
kid, and like
He's just a kid.
I mean, same for me,
again,
man.
he's just a kid. I said to Tim at the very beginning of this stream that I often don't see the forest for the trees. And I want to take this moment to like really appreciate, because like you especially have been in my life for a very fucking long time, and you've inspired me in many ways that I did not expect. Blessing the amount that I've looked up to you before we even worked together, the way our friendship bloomed before we even knew if you were gonna fucking work at this company, and the Mike, like,
Get a hug going.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Get
Come on,
a
come
little
on.
3 hug.
Hit that shit. Hit that shit.
Don't put that
He's
down.
like,
Hit
get
it.
a little 3 hug right now. I like that. Look at this. Get these 3 boys in here. Look at these. These guys are talented as all can be, ladies and gentlemen.
and
Yeah, man.
Look at that.
Mike, I'm gonna be honest. I have a very blank spot about you
I know.
before you started.
We spent time.
You know, I had a very limited view of Kind of Funny while I was at IGN, and I feel like that's when you really started to make your mark in that community. And it was being able to start the XCast with you, and like that being the show that like the first show that like I helped direct from the very beginning. Like that will always be such a fucking special place in my heart, where you and I were looking at each other every week being like, and this was before you were a full-time fucking employee.
What we gonna do, Barrett?
And it's
What's the
like,
headline?
and it's like I had to think about the lessons Alana taught me at IGN about how to do headlines and what to do for thumbnails. And it was funny because she was a host, like one of the hosts of XCast at that time. And
I will tell you, just like Blessing said, there is nothing more freeing and that safeguard knowing that Barrett is running a show.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
Barrett
yeah,
is there for you.
absolutely.
Barrett producing and directing
Yes.
brought so much courage and freedom to me that I knew that he had my back. And yeah, Barrett, you provide that to all of us. So great. You know what? Cheers one more time.
Cheers.
Cheers one more
Don't
time.
put that shit down.
Shout out to them. Shout out to them.
Hit that shit.
Hit that
Great
shit.
voicemail.
I will. Well,
We got to move on to the
okay,
next one.
fine, fine,
Let's
fine.
move on to the next one because I
So
love
because I
y'all.
also have so much to say, but
I
we'll
have
get
so
there.
much to say.
I have so
We'll-
much to say
We
too.
got another one. Let's go for it.
All right, Tim's figuring it out. While you figure it out.
It's stuck on the pause. I don't know why it's stuck on pause. It's
Stuck on pause.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Blessing, in
Oh,
my
it's coming,
opinion,
it's
is
coming.
one of those greats that you're
Hold on,
watching
stop.
during his ascent. Blessing, in my opinion, is one of those greats
Oh,
that you're
shit.
watching during his ascent and you identify that this is his ascent, and I can
Yep.
just imagine where he's
Send
going
that
to
to
be
me.
in the industry in 5 years.
That's gonna be a
18
mixtape
years.
intro.
He's already so well respected, and much like everyone else in the new class, I've really loved getting to watch him grow over time. He's always got such well thought out and challenging opinions, and I always just really enjoy watching him work when he's hosting.
Yep.
Oh, thank you
Let's
so
give,
much.
everybody give it up one time.
Give it up.
Blessing.
Let me say.
We are witnessing the ascent live right now.
Well-
we get to spend every day with you, Bless, and watch it happen
Here's
live.
the thing:
it's
is
pretty
that
amazing.
the ascent has been in the making for years and years and years. Like me going back again, this has been a very beautiful moment of me going back and collecting footage for the 10th anniversary pre-show and being able to find all of our stuff from before Kind of Funny, but during Kind of Funny, and seeing you during OK Beast and the first shows that you did on Kind of Funny. I'm like, oh, he had it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, of course you've gotten better over the years, you got a little more refined, but
Yeah.
like that like difference is not as much because you had it. You always had it.
Yep.
And it's so nice to see not only people recognizing it, but just you feeling more confident in it. And I just, man,
Yeah.
you're doing amazing.
Come on, hosting Marvel events.
Oh my gosh.
PAX panels, the biggest PAX panel possible with CD Projekt Red. We are witnessing it live and in action. It's amazing, Bless.
Thank you so much.
I try to tell you to you every day.
Yeah, I'm very much like Barrett, where I can't see the forest through the trees a lot of the time, and like I don't know how much I let this out on content, or if I show this as much on content, maybe it's gonna be very apparent when I say it, but I'm very doubtful of myself.
No.
Like I'm somebody who's very much like, I like in the first, I'd say year and a half, 2 years at Kind of Funny, I considered myself bad on every single piece of content that I appeared on, right? And like that is just the way I think about myself. That's how critical I am of myself oftentimes. Even still, like I'll flub or I'll like make a mistake or whatever, and like that shit will stick with me, and like I will beat myself down based on a lot of that stuff. But like, it is very gratifying looking back at a year and seeing that like I'm on XYZ thing.
Sorry, the entirety of New York is in the YouTube chat right now. That's
and they want to know if
crazy.
this is live.
They want to know.
The entirety.
I mean, that's the best
does
part,
that
Bless, that you feel that internally, because from all of us on the external side looking at you, we don't see that. We see a star in the making.
Yeah.
And so you can keep that bottled down because, homie, you got to go out there and you got to strut your stuff because you're amazing.
And that's
bro.
the thing is like
you're a peacock.
that
you
is
gotta fly.
that is a thing that I in the last couple of years, right, that I've been able to identify by myself and try to work on it myself, because like to what you guys are saying and to the voicemail there, right? Like it's crazy to think about the fact that people hit me and Mike up to go to PAX so that you can host the Grounded panel and I
Shout
can
out.
host the Cyberpunk panel,
Yeah.
right? Like the fact that for some reason Disney and Marvel were like, yo, come through to D23 and like host our showcase or whatever, right? Like stuff like that happening is absolutely insane. And for the fact that like, I think for a while, for myself, right, struggled to see the value that I brought, as insane or as like negative as that might sound about myself. It is really cool to fast forward to now to where I don't have that feeling anymore. And like, I feel like, I'm so happy about the discussions we're able to generate on content, the way that we're able to talk about video game news, whether it be things like layoffs, whether it be things like acquisitions or whatever big like newsy things happen. I think Kind of Funny has such a worthwhile perspective, whether it be Tim, Mike, me, Greg, Roger, Barrett, whoever, and like we're able to bring, like, I think the biggest thing for me that I am so proud of is that we've been able to build toward and curate something that has these opposing views, but it all still feels like we're in this together, right? Like it's never a thing of I'm looking at Mike and I'm like, oh, Mike's such an idiot. Like there have been so many. Sometimes. But I think to like our last even Game Awards, our KHD after, where you talked about some of your criticisms of like the Game Awards, and we were able to take a moment and be like, all right, let's dig into this. Like let's talk about this, right? And like that's what I think that's a big thing that I wanted more out of in Kind of Funny content. It was already there, right? Obviously, like Greg Miller and Tim Geddes are already hosting KHD. It was already fantastic. But that's a side of content that I so appreciated from listening to podcasts, and that's something that I wanted to dig into more. And that's something I've been so happy to see as I've been producer now on Kind of Funny Games Daily as like the main person prepping shows, right? Like it's so cool to see that. And so
I don't want to understate the skill it takes to be able to not let the nerves get to you and not let the doubt get to you, because like, yes, you and I are very much on that same, and I think a lot of us are on the same kind of level of like focusing in on a lot of things and not being able to see how everything connects to each other, and you know, letting a lot of like small details get to you. And I will say that like the way you host today, the way that you're able to bring it today, every time I watch you, every fucking show that I direct that you're on, I never feel that. And like that in and of itself is a skill that like you've grown so much into. And again, as you know, a weird like best friend, but also fan of yours from fucking years ago, it's like, it's again crazy just how much you've grown as a host and a personality. And I cannot fucking wait for the future for you, because what you've already done is already so fucking exciting.
Shout out to Corey Cudney. Let's do another one.
Shout out Corey Cudney.
We're watching a story on the rise.
Yeah,
Corey
hit that shit. Yo, don't put that down. I don't want to see you put that down. Hit that.
Everybody hit that.
Now, I want to redirect some flowers to back to Mike.
We gotta, yeah.
Oh, let's do
Back to
more
Mike.
voicemails. More voicemails.
Well, yeah, let's play another one.
Yeah,
Let's go
because I
back
want
to
to talk
Mike.
about Barrett.
We're talking about Mike.
No, I'll talk about Barrett.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna,
I want to talk about all you
This is a
guys.
message to Roger. Roger, I love you so much. I'm so proud to see who you've become, even in the last year or two. You've been going on a lot of personal journeys, which has been really, really nice to see. But I've been a fan of yours since the OK Beast era as well. Losing my mind at Super Throne Watch. Your wild takes sometimes are always fun to react strongly to, but you've always been a solid dude. You've always been a curious dude, which I really appreciate. And hopefully that spirit carries on through the next couple years of Kind of Funny, through your input. So love you, buddy, and love the entire team. Y'all have another good Kind of Funny anniversary. Here's to another 10 plus years.
I missed that was Emmett.
Well.
Yeah,
that was Emmett.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Can we
that
talk about it for a second really quick before we get to
Emmett
Roger?
Watkins Jr.
Pretty fucked up that Nick didn't stay for this.
I know,
You know what I
right?
mean? Here we are taking
Here we
shots,
are.
having
Come
fun.
on,
Where
hit
was
that shit.
Nick? You know what I mean?
None
Where
of it's
was Nick?
about Nick.
You know?
It's all about
You know what Nick did? Nick put that shit down.
that shit down.
Nick put that shit down.
You know, you
is
really
what
changed since you've gotten the mustache.
You changed, man.
Bro, I'm so
No,
much,
sir,
I'm
I
so
have
much-
not been drinking. I'm sorry.
You should have hit that.
I'm so much younger now and so much cooler like you guys are. I'm so Gen Z.
God.
Everything's lit
God, it
and for
feels
real,
so
for real.
weird.
Oh yeah, Gen Z definitely says
We're
lit.
talking about how lit Roger is. You know what I mean? Music taste wise, looks. You know that he's been bringing.
I want you guys to, look, here's the thing. I want you guys to know something. I wanted to be on this podcast. with you guys.
for real.
Because, yeah, on God, bro.
on God.
I'm fucking God. I'm
Yeah.
caked out.
Look
or
at that.
whatever.
Mike Holder. That's how old he is.
And I wanted to be on this
tongue
podcast with you guys. I wanted to be on this podcast with you guys, right? But as I'm walking out, Tim gives me the look.
Hey, don't crap the style.
He says, shake it
No
off.
chaperones allowed.
No.
Yeah.
No. He went like this. He said, excuse me, officer.
He's
This
in
is
the
not your
producer
time.
spot.
I know.
I know.
He's over there.
That's a lot of
and I got to
power.
listen to whoever's in the booth. But you guys are more
No,
than
you
welcome
don't.
to come out on the Founders podcast if you want.
Oh, shit.
so I got
Also,
you.
it turns out that Krispy Kreme donuts and Knob Creek bourbon really go well together.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna fuck that up.
There it is. There it is.
This episode is brought to you by Shady Rays. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends over at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company offering a world-class product rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. They have hundreds of options to choose from, so you're bound to find the perfect pair to match your style. Plus, if your shades ever go missing or take an unexpected hit, don't sweat it. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by lost or broken replacements. If you don't love your shades, exchange them for a new pair or return worry-free within 30 days. Y'all know I've been outside a lot in the sun playing Pokemon Go, and it's such a great experience wearing my Shady Rays when I'm out and about looking dope. Exclusively for you, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal. Head to shadyrays.com and use code FUNNY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. That's shadyrays.com. Use the code FUNNY. This episode is brought to you by Rocket Money. You sign up for something, forget about it after the trial period ends, then you're charged month after month after month. The subscriptions are there, but you're not using them. In fact, 85% of people have at least one paid subscription going unused each month. Thanks to Rocket Money, you can see all your subscriptions in one place and cancel the ones that you're not using anymore and save more money. Rocket Money has helped multiple members of Kind of Funny learn that they are still paying for things they totally didn't even realize. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions. It monitors your spending and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and match your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/kindoffunny today. That's rocketmoney.com/kindoffunny. rocketmoney.com/kindoffunny.
Can we talk about Roger McCorney?
Let's talk about Roger
Shit,
McCorney.
we're gonna talk about Roger. I have a lot to talk about Roger, so I'll
okay.
save
a lot
mine for
of
last.
well, let me just start this off and say, like, just to peel back the curtain a little bit. It's been a rough few weeks for Roger McCorney. I've been feeling since the break started, I've just been feeling very down on myself. So I very much appreciate, the nice and kind words. I think I'm not in the place necessarily to feel them fully, but that doesn't mean that I won't feel them. There's gonna be moments where I'm like, shit,
Yeah.
I'm the greatest of all time, you know
He's
what I
the
mean? But then there's also many moments
Yeah.
like this. But like, just to be honest, I think it's important to be completely honest about like where you're at in your life, right? But
Do you think it was time away from work?
honestly, a little
like,
bit.
I'm telling you.
Like not a bit.
I'm telling
Like
you, bro.
honestly, a little bit, right? Like
No more breaks. No more breaks.
No.
I'm telling you.
I'm sorry, Barrett, it's the bourbon
well,
talking.
okay, let's
It's
have
the bourbon talking. I hate that.
Let's have a real conversation, right? I think it is because I have been going through 10 years of Kind of Funny, right? And I realized not only one, how many incredible moments and people have walked through the hallowed halls of Kind of Funny, but also just generally speaking, like how talented everybody is and how incredible everyone is, and how much of an impact and it has had on my life for so long, right? Like my life has been built around Kind of Funny, for better and for worse, but for most 90%, 99% better. My life has, when I was 15, 14, watching Kind of Funny, watching these guys at IGN, it has developed me into the person that I am. And I think I struggle sometimes because I'm like, who am I without Kind of Funny, right? Like, who am I? Not to say I'm leaving at all, but like, just like, who am I? It is one, right? Like, Kind of Funny, like the business, everything about it. Greg Miller, Colin, Tim, Nick, everybody there, everybody at this company, they're all part of me in a certain way because I grew up with those people. So I think I struggle with that a little bit, right? And that's not necessarily like a horrible struggle to deal with. I mean, because they made me the man that I am, and I think I'm a very good man. I think I'm a strong,
man.
kind, smart person.
Smart.
Shut the fuck up. But
Give me Amigos bag right now.
You're such a shit ass.
but I am, it's something that I struggle with.
I got
sometimes.
two things to say to this. One, tomorrow, if Kind of Funny exploded, like if Tim decided to turn a new leaf and he brought bombs.
Oh my god! What is that? That's not what turning over a new leaf means.
New leaf? It can't be a bad leaf? He turns over a new leaf and guess what? The other side of that leaf not looking good.
Shit, that's crazy.
And he blows up the company. Tomorrow, Roger, you get hired as an editor at anywhere else. You are so fucking talented as an editor. You have that skill.
We all attach ourselves to you.
The second thing the second thing
you do.
Second thing I want to call out is without Raj McCorney, I don't think there's not a blessing at this company.
Aw.
Because your video essays did do so much for me going into OKBeast and me wanting to edit and like make videos and those videos getting noticed by Kind of Funny. And I don't know if there's a Barrett at this company as well for the same exact reason.
It's like legitimately, your Arkham Origins video inspired me to make the B-list. And I know those video essays were the reason I got my foot in the door at IGN.
Mm-hmm.
And, IGN became my, way into this industry. And then it was around the time, but a little bit before I started at IGN, that I was like making friends with Kevin and like getting to know Tim a little bit. And like, it's weird because you were the youngest of us. And I think you've had, the most impact on all three of us, including Mike.
I'm here to bring fun into his life because he's so wise and sage and smart. And sometimes I'm just here to, hey, let's get stoned and touch those leaves in the botanical garden.
Let's watch the Marvels.
I
get scared.
I just want to bring up something just because, you're having your feelings over the break. And I just want to take it back to that time that we were at friend of the show's, Ari's place, or not Ari's place, but Ari from Irrational Passions. Formerly, and Ari, they were doing their final Extra Life, and you and I went to visit, and you and I went out and had a smoke together outside, and we were, and whatever we were smoking, who knows? And I was at IGN at the time, and you were still a film student, and our dreams for years was to work at this company, and we were both at a time in our lives where we were like, we don't know if we're ever going to make it to this company.
Yeah.
And just thinking about that and thinking about, again, all of the fucking great people out there, all of you watching, you're going to have your moments of doubt, but fucking keep going. Because if you didn't keep going, like, if the community and Kind of Funny didn't keep going, we would not have Roger here. We would not have Blessing here. We would not have myself. We would not have Mike. We would not have Andy.
Yeah.
We would not have Joey.
I think this entire company would look like drastically.
It would just
lesser,
be Nick playing
right?
Warzone, and that's
Like,
sad.
I will, without Roger Corney, I don't make my best piece of content, right?
Yes.
Which is the black hair episode of The Blessing Show, like the episode that I get comments on the most as far as like.
I
when
thought it
people-
was you eating the candy corn pizza.
I don't know, some candy corn pizza.
Yeah, you don't remember that?
We just talked about it. It was
No, he wasn't there for that.
yeah, he was.
Oh, I was on that. Yeah, I was on that.
okay.
I hated that
We were
thing.
there for the original candy corn pizza, though.
Oh, yeah,
my
shit was
God.
disgusting. But yeah, like I don't. And oh man,
Oh, shit.
I wanted to intervene because I
Oh,
knew
it's
I could
cookie
catch
dough.
it too.
Cookie dough Twitch. Thanks, everybody.
Where do you get that? I
Candy
love
now,
Twix.
too?
Across the street.
Yeah, let me get a bite of that.
You know what? Let's get one more.
Hey,
Yo,
cheers to
yo,
Roger.
Cheers to
Cheers
Roger.
to Roger, man.
Cheers to Roger. But
He
also,
bought a Yaris. I'm not mad at him.
I love my yards.
without you as well, though,
About to
like
explode.
this stream doesn't happen the way it happens, right? Like you were the one that produced this alongside Tim, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's so much that you bring to the table here, and I don't want that to be lost on you, right?
Well,
The
I-
fact that like you've utterly changed this company with what you bring as far as editing, as far as producing, as far
I
as
really
arranging.
appreciate that.
Game Showdown doesn't happen the way it happens, you know?
You're so I appreciate that. Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you so much, Emmett Watkins Jr. for
do you hear me?
Great voicemail.
Yes.
Tim, we hear you.
Yes.
Run another one.
You hear me now. You hear me now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to interrupt you in that beautiful moment, Bless, because yes, I need to say something here. Roger.
Tim used to say,
Oh, throw it in
Like
my mouth.
earlier, Bless, you said, Roger, it's kind of funny if I turned another leaf.
Not even close. Put a little arc on it, okay? You're not.
And now it's on the
You're
floor,
not straight
and now it's
lining
gonna melt on the floor. Pick it up,
Give me a little
please.
gentle touch.
this is the best Twix I've ever had, by the way.
I'm not wasting another tweet. Tim's about to say something fucking real nice, okay?
I know. I had to do it. Tell us, Tim.
Bless said, if I turned another leaf, Roger would find another job being an editor somewhere. And like that is undeniable. He is the best editor I've ever met in my entire life, for sure. The Roger Picorni method literally saved the announcement video today.
Saved it.
We'll explain that at a different time, but I want it to be known that it did. More than that, though, Roger's not an editor. He's a visionary. Like that, and to me, that is the thing that a lot of editors don't get enough credit for. Like, because I wouldn't credit myself as a editor because I can edit, but it's more about I have vision and I want to make that vision happen, and I learn how to make it happen, and that's what the early days of Kind of Funny and even the modern days of Kind of Funny look like. I cannot believe how amazing it's been to see what Kind of Funny has become because of Roger Picorni. And
Hell yeah.
he deserves so much. And what Bless just said, Bless's vision of the Blessing Show would not be possible without Roger Picorni. And so much of what we do and what we're going to do in the future, this stream, the entire celebration of 10 years of Kind of Funny, the next 10 years of Kind of Funny, is the vision of Roger Picorni.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Love that.
Thank you so much, and I really mean it. And
Dude, you changed Kojima's life.
Yeah, you
I did
You
change
did
Right.
literally
You
change
did.
Kojima's
But you
life.
didn't get him to play the DVD. That's pretty fucked up.
that's fucked up. It didn't work on the PlayStation 5. You know, we only
You
got
should
one
have
of
looked
those.
at his ass and be like,
Well,
we should
he's
probably
making
run
an
that
Xbox
right now.
game, so maybe he'll think about.
He'll figure it out. He'll figure it out.
He'll
Probably
figure it
play
out.
that shit right now,
But thank you
Kojima.
so much. Thank you so much, everybody, and thank you so much, Tim. I think I did feel a huge positive boost when we were making the Kind of Funny announcement video that we showed off today, because that was a big deal, because I wrote the original draft and then I gave it to Greg and then I gave it to Tim, and I was like, I kind of just threw it together. I was like, it's not gonna, they're gonna change it up. And then like 90% of all of that is all my like writing, and I'm like, oh shit, like I must have did something well, like, you know what I mean? Like, so
You've been
I-
watching it long enough, you know.
Yeah, exactly, right. So I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. And
Clap it up.
I think I got my groove back, everybody.
Clap it
I'm
up.
back.
Clap it up.
Oh, Roger's new groove.
shit.
Yo, don't
I
put
think
that
he
shit
found
down.
his groove.
What? You don't put that shit down.
put that shit down.
Hit that shit, everybody. Hit that shit.
shit.
Hey, you know what?
Hey,
Hit that shit. Hit that shit. Hit that shit. Hit that shit, everybody.
You were gonna say something nice about me earlier. What was that about?
Oh, I was gonna say that.
Let's get to the next voicemail.
Yeah, we need more voicemails.
No, I love that. Let's get to this.
Hit that shit. We'll always delay
No,
it.
do you have something for Barrett though?
Yeah, you have something nice you want to
Play
tell?
another voicemail. It's okay.
You know what? Say something nice.
Okay.
Everybody in this room
I
right
was
now
just gonna,
has to say something nice.
I was gonna piggyback off of what we were saying earlier about like you make people feel safe, and you know I'm somebody who's very anxious on camera. I like being on camera. It's not my, it's not my job, of course, but I like being on camera when I am. But when I know that you are hosting a show, I feel so much safer. I feel so much like, sorry, not hosting. Sorry, when you're running a show.
I was like, I barely host shows.
I feel so much safer. I'm like, oh, I'm in my element. I can riff off of you. And maybe it's because I've known you for so long, but also because you take care of us, right? Like, and it is. And that's not saying bad about Kevin. Kevin does a great job, but like
Kevin,
you just know games. You know these things on a deeper level. So and I also know you on a deeper level.
Blessing
right?
Roger and Barrett on a show, like Barrett on the ones and twos, like hits different, right? In the same way that blessing Mike and Barrett on the ones and twos hits different, right? Like, of course, me, Mike, and Kevin, well, like, it's fucking fantastic too. People love our top 100 game stream, right? But like, I think there's something about the Barrett effect, what Barrett brings to the table. There's something about the Roger effect that we bring to the table.
Yeah.
Like, I think the new gen or whatever we want to call it, the now of kind of funny, like
You
each
put
of
the
us.
kernels on the stove. You warm it
Make
up.
'em pop.
It's gonna pop.
Dude,
I don't know what that,
was
means,
a
but
great.
exactly.
That was a great. Now, the way
Barrett, you
the
got
way
that.
that was laid up for you, and you fucking dunked it was great.
You put them
was
on.
great.
It's gonna pop.
And someone else brought up, we haven't talked about it, but kind of anime, and like that spurred off from like the fucking Thursday anime talks that we would do just like on random fucking like game streams and shit.
Yeah, but he put me on the. What was that one with the code Geass?
Code
bro? He
Geass,
put us
that
on
was a
the
Tim
code
joint. That was a Tim
Geass.
joint.
Yeah.
And,
That was
like,
good.
That shit
was
was
good
good,
anime,
bro.
Tim.
He was playing chess while everybody was playing checkers, Roger. Play the next voicemail.
Play Code Geass.
Just letting y'all know, we went through 4 voicemails.
Okay, how many do I got?
We have 9 left.
Okay,
Jeez.
okay.
Oh,
Well,
Jesus.
we might not do that
But-
many, okay?
No, we're doing them all.
No, Jim, we're
We
not
speed run,
doing
speed run.
them all.
Let's
We're
go.
doing them all, but just letting you know, I don't want you to rush, but
The founders can do their shit at
I'm
2
in
a.m.
charge.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
They own the
I'm-
company.
I'm
They
in
don't.
charge.
They don't gotta
You
go
know
home.
what?
this is
Cheers
y'all's
up again.
moment. Y'all deserve this fucking moment.
Hey,
Just
cheers.
as long as you want.
Yeah.
Greg, come around for more drinks.
I don't
We
want to
need
see you put that shit down, Barry. Yeah, hit that
Greg,
shit.
I'm
I've been
not
hitting it,
Hit
all
that
right?
shit.
Someone said I wasn't hitting it,
I'll hit
and
that
that's
shit.
Let
bullshit.
it run.
Hit that shit, bro.
Here we go.
Oh, we all dapping up Bless?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I thought it was just a me thing. I don't know why.
This one goes out to good old Roger Picorni there.
Oh shit.
It's good to hear good old fashioned Long Island, New York boy there.
Oh, shit, I forgot you were
out
from
there
there.
in San Francisco, really keeping us represented out there. One thing I gotta say though, I feel fucking bad for you. Good luck finding a decent fucking bagel out there, you fucking poor
Fucking
bastard.
bitch.
All right, keep on being the funniest member at Kind of Funny. The future of the
Listen.
company is in good hands. You are one of my favorite members of the team. The rest of you guys are good too, I guess.
That's some good New York.
Okay, forget all that shit. Forget all that
All right,
shit.
listen,
So-
let's have a conversation. First things first. Bagels here, they're fine until you remember how good bagels are on
That's
Long
the thing.
Island.
I went to New York for the first time
shit.
this year. Had a bagel, changed my
Change
life.
your life. And guess what?
Changed my
The
life.
beautiful thing about Long Island bagels is that's the only thing that hasn't gone up in inflation. For some fucking reason, bagels are still like I went with my mom. We got 2 bacon, egg, and cheeses. We got coffees. We got water bottles, and we walk out of there. It's like under $15. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know how the fuck that happened.
That's
like
God is good.
crazy.
Shit. God is fucking good, everybody.
is good.
And if you go to
No,
Long
we're
Island-
atheists.
Yeah, exactly. Never mind. Never mind.
I didn't agree to this. I don't know. My God might be out there.
God is good.
I paid for so long.
Love New York bagels.
It's the same with pizza, and like I did not have the same as New York did, but with even Midwest pizza,
Yep.
definitely better than Bay Area pizza.
Yeah, and then,
Besides-
then you
Oh,
have
yeah,
people.
for sure.
You have people. Let's be honest. Like their just brains are broken, like
Kevin.
Kevin, right? Like Kevin's like walking around like, oh, actually, the fucking the thin crust is broken. It's like, what are we talking about?
Get the
like,
fuck
what are we
wait,
talking about?
well, actually, no.
He said-
I don't want to waste time. I can't waste time with Kevin.
You know
I
what?
can't
Don't
do it.
even
We
start
can't
like
even
that.
fucking do it.
Great voicemail. Shout
Thank
out
you
to
so
New
much.
York
Thank
bagels.
you
Yeah.
so
We
much.
love
Shout
those. If Roger would only defrost them for me next time.
That's what I'm
would
saying.
appreciate
Dude,
it.
I ruined that
Should
shit.
have been a toaster.
I tried to
oven.
defrost watched it.
fucking
It went
adults.
so wrong.
Okay?
So good.
Did you see Roger's fucking
My entire break.
30.
Put it 30, put it in the microwave, then put it in the toaster oven. Get the fuck out of here, all right?
Get the fuck out of
Defrost
here.
it for me.
How are we the old men?
Next voicemail.
How are we the old men in this forum?
Let me cut your steak for you too. Oh, you want that? You want a little
Greg,
piece
can I
too?
get-
airplane? You want an airplane?
Greg, give me more knob.
Yeah, we need more knob.
You need more knob. Hit next voicemail.
Fucking Roger.
Kebabs here. My fondest memory of Bless is, of course, his Black Hair in Video Games video that has legitimately made waves across the industry for improving representation in games. Like, I'm fairly sure it even hit Final Fantasy VII Rebirth with the hair of Barrett's wife, Myrna. Yeah, that's her name.
Thank you so much.
Myrna and Marlene? Fucking, that's crazy.
Yeah, maybe Marlene's probably named after
Slight obvious spoilers for Marlene, but you know that's not like the actual like child, right?
I wonder this all the time with Roger. I don't know.
Learned that.
Roger, I always wonder if you understand the amount of impact that video had.
Oh, I do, and I think about.
I hear about it
That
constantly.
shit rattled the world, bro.
It
You
is,
did great.
It is really. You wouldn't think by the views of it, but
Yeah.
yeah. But like,
I mean-
it's big in the circle of the video game industry, and that's what matters,
Yes.
right?
Hold
Like
on,
the people that are
yes.
making the games.
And again,
Exactly.
I'm sorry to interrupt,
I'm
but
sorry.
like that's the power of Kind of Funny.
Exactly.
It is not the number; it is the power of the people watching.
Who are part of that number?
Yes.
It is
Absolutely.
less is more, and the people that watch that video matter.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely, and I see it all the time, and I think that I've seen people message us and talk to us privately and say that same
Yes.
thing. And you've told me stories about people telling you privately. I've seen.
Dude,
things
I get
online.
so many stories from devs that are like, "Oh, we brought up your video like in
So cool.
in our creative team to like try and improve
cool.
this."
But I don't want to undercut like the amount of people who may be outside of our audience who have found that like a friend of ours who we are friends with because they live in our neighborhoods and our dogs are friends with each other. Found that video randomly, and they were like, "Wait, this is the company you work for?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's my coworker Blessing." It's like, "This video is fucking awesome,"
That's
and
awesome.
like it's just fucking.
I just
you
clap
guys
it up
killed
one
it
time.
with that.
and it's like, I love that video too.
Clap it up one time. Cheers up.
Cheers.
Fucking cheers to
Hit
that.
that shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
No,
you
nobody
nuts.
put that down.
No, put that.
That's
down.
the hard work. That's the creativity.
I also do want to
Great job.
acknowledge, like, I think, outside of even just like the importance of it, the subject matter, the production of it, I think that's really cool about that video is now whenever I meet somebody that is like, "Oh, what do you do? What's kind of funny?" That's the video I send them because it is not a podcast, right? There's not that high of a level of commitment compared to most of the content that we make, and it's not as it's nerdy, but it's not as nerdy as an episode of
approachable.
KFGD. I give that video to anybody and they understand it and they get it and they like it, right? I think there is an importance to that, a very easily shareable thing that anybody can understand and appreciate. That is what that video also brings to the table, and so I want to shout that out, and I want to thank Roger specifically for like doing so much for that
job.
video and being like a half of what made that video special.
I very much appreciate that. It's all you and your ideas, but I'm glad that I can have my part in it. But I want to thank my fiance Leanza for being her part in that, because that was a story that I've heard for years, and it was really cathartic for her to get that out there. And like her coworkers have seen that video, her people in her family, people that went to that school have seen that video and said, "Fuck, I feel heard. I'm so happy that you were able to talk about that experience that we felt so singular and with that pretended that didn't happen." So I'm very, very thankful for her for agreeing to do that, and for Blessing for adding that and making that part of the video, because I think it was a really important
cool.
part of the video.
I mean, that was you, right? That was you that brought that to my attention. I was like, "Oh yeah, for sure, we got to do that."
Yeah.
Great job.
Cheers to Leanza.
Cheers to Leanza.
Don't put that shit down.
Hit that shit.
hit that
shit. Don't put that shit
Can
down.
we
You
put
didn't hit
another
that shit
round
last
here,
time,
Greg
Blessing.
Miller? Greg Miller, can we get another round, please?
Yeah, come on, Greg. He's asleep.
Let's take it to another voicemail. Tim.
Next one.
This is Anthony Abbott, aka Bruce Wayne Brady, and shout out to the Kind of Funny new class.
Shout out to Bruce
Barrett,
Wayne.
Director
Brady.
extraordinaire, keeper of all things Star Wars and Batman. Blessing, from up-and-comer to amazing host. Shout out to The Blessing Show and Kinda Feudy. Roger, the social media master, you also made me a fan of Carolyn Polachek.
Oh.
And Snowbike Mike, master of hype, keep doing your thing.
That's my guy.
Special shout out to Cool G, the backbone of the company.
yes.
Let's all take a moment. You know what? Let's shout out Cool Greg.
Okay,
Okay,
Cool Greg.
Let's hit that shit from Cool Greg. We're hitting that
We
shit.
definitely got to hit that shit for Cool Greg.
Ain't nobody put a smile on your face bigger than Cool Greg.
Because
when he
Cool Greg
walks
is
in
a
the
weird
building.
one. Because
Yeah.
he is technically one of the first hires.
Yeah.
He was 2017, But he's also like one of the like younger, like he's like a weird in between of like the first hire class and the next gen crew, and he's the fucking best.
Can I tell you
love him
Can I tell you something that like I love about Cool Greg? That is like a weird one.
Booze.
Greg pulled it out.
You said that to Greg?
Creed says Cool Greg ageless, but also like Cool Greg ages like a fine wine.
The thing about
Just
Cool
like Paul
Greg
Rudd.
is that Cool Greg says the funniest things, and I think like I think he knows that those are punchlines, right? Like some of the things he says, and I look and I'm like, I can't tell if you know how funny the thing you just said is. Like he'll just make an observation or like whatever thing, and I'm like, that is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life, and he's dead ass serious.
Yeah. And he's out there hustling in soccer.
Yeah,
He's
Cool Greg
out there
coming out
hustling
from
in
rec league soccer as well.
And also he's like, I mean, to see what he does for work, right? And like how
Working
far
with
he's
Roger.
come.
Yeah,
how
crazy,
much
man.
he is
Yeah.
like again like.
Yeah.
I was the social media manager when I started, and then you took that over and put it up on another level that we could not have imagined.
No.
And like, in the different but same level of like the way like what Cool Greg was doing when I started, and then like what he is doing now, collaborating with you is like very beautiful, and it's been so fucking amazing to see him grow as a video editor, something that like he's been doing for so long, and to see his style come through, you know, like like it was said earlier on the last segment of like you can teach someone editing, but you can't teach someone vision.
Thanks, Nick.
And like it's one of those fucking beautiful things where it's like, yeah, you can teach Cool Greg editing, and he edits the podcast, but then when you let him have like a vision, he fucking has it, and it's so fucking awesome.
It's been nice working with him because, you know, I've been kind of helping him through like, hey, like we're doing vertical video, like we're doing all this stuff, and he's just been growing and coming up with all these creative ideas. So yeah, it's awesome to see him.
I legitimately don't know which ones are Cool Greg videos and Roger videos. Like
go.
that's the best.
That's awesome.
That's the biggest compliment I can give to Cool Greg and like how Roger works. The Cool Greg is like I see social videos and I never think to be like, oh, that's a Cool Greg one.
That's
that's a Roger.
And
I just don't. I
I'm
literally don't
undercutting
know.
him because there was the first year that I started in 2019, we did the Kind of Funny World Tour, and he did edit like half of those World Tour videos.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I did only 2, and he did the other like 3 or whatever. And it was, I remember even then being like, oh shit, like Cool Greg has something here, and like the fact to see him like actually fully grow regularly into that has been so fucking cool. And I just wanted to give him a moment, just because again,
he's not here
because he's too shy to be on fucking content, and it's like a weird like in between of like the first hires and us, but he needs him some moment.
Yeah. Shout out to
fucking love him.
Brady. That's my guy.
He's one of my
Thanks,
favorite
Homer.
people, legitimately.
Let's keep this glaze fest going, as the kids say.
Okay,
in the chat
calm
right
down.
now.
We can't call
Cut him off.
We can't call it a glaze.
Cut him off.
No, that's insane. What do you mean glaze? What are you doing? What is this? You can't just say things.
You call it a glaze.
You can't just watch. You can't watch a TikTok and be like, I'm gonna say what they say. No, that's fucking insane.
Like, you can't go on your hands and knees and call it a glaze
fest. Let's
Give us the next voicemail.
Stupid.
Are we doing tricks on it, Mike?
Mikey. What's up? This is Jim Tasty, dude.
Jim Tasty.
Congratulations
nasty.
on you and Kind of Funny's 10-year anniversary. I can't say enough good things about you, man. You've supported me so much and inspired me so much and entertained me so much that I truly can't ever repay that debt. Thank you for being so positive and always bringing the hype, and just being such a positive force in the gaming industry and in my life, man. Very thankful for you, and I can't wait to see where you go from here, man. Big things, big things.
Big things. Hey, let's cheers it up.
Wait,
one
no,
time
what
for
did he just say?
Tasty.
He said he got an Xbox achievement there because it was an
It was like
Xbox
a notification.
achievement.
Dang right there.
Yeah.
Now here's the deal. Let me give a little shout out. 1 second. Hit that.
Hit that.
Did that?
To Jim Tasty. Okay, and many of you out in the community.
No, hit that shit. Okay, I'll hit it again.
He hasn't been hitting it right.
Yeah, I know.
Someone in the chat did call you out too.
Yeah, they did call you
said
out
ain't
several
hitting
No,
it.
because I was talking.
PP,
I saw that. No,
Pepperoni Picasso
was,
called you out.
Because I was in the middle of a sentence, but I hit it.
Whoa.
I hit it. Wait, who called me out, Mike?
Glaze fest.
You doing tricks on it? I've been hitting it.
I'm gonna show you some crazy positions after this. All right, here's
Juno.
Thank you, Tim got it. Now here's the deal. Let's give a big shout out to Jim. That's crazy. There's so many in the community. I'm gonna get back to you in a second, Jim. We all came from the community. I was inspired by Blessing and what he was doing at OK Beast. I loved the Jump Masters podcast.
I got something to say after you
As
say
many
that.
of you know, before the podcast started with the X-Cast and Kind of Funny, I needed to practice. I had never done a podcast, so I made my boys do the Squad Pod podcast where we just reviewed Battle Royales in kind of light of the Jump Masters podcast with Apex Legends and Bless, and just wanting to be a part of this team. And I think Blessing can tell you. I know Barrett can for sure. Jesus. I got a Barrett Courtney t-shirt that you wouldn't believe. Zero Life podcast in my closet, deep in the closet. Because I know so many of you from the community, and I see so many of you doing
You bought a
incredibly
Zero
things.
Life shirt?
I have a Zero Life Halloween edition t-shirt.
Halloween!
In my closet. I have an Enigma 90011 in my closet. I have so many of yours merch because, just like you, I came from the community, but I see the community. I see all the incredible stuff you do, and so many of you are so talented. And I know the streams that you do, from Said Nuggies to Mad Exposure. I've seen King Rabla streaming, my main man Hellsman Gaming. I see so many of you streaming all the time, and I'm always so impressed by how talented each and every one of you are. And of course, Jim Tasty is one of those dudes where it's like, Jim Tasty, you got it, bro. I'll tell you this right now. One day you will break through. You are in front of the right people. You are doing the right things. You have a high level of gameplay that not many have. You have the entertainment value, the fun. It will happen, and it's happened for all of us. There's that moment where just something aligns, and it's just right. So
and your
shout
foot
out to my
is
man
in the
Jim
door.
Tasty.
And I will say, like, Jim Tasty, the first time I was aware of Jim Tasty was the infamous Donktober. Where Blessing Adeoye Jr. beat Donkey Kong 64 for the first time. Officially.
And I rolled credits.
One of the times that we streamed, I don't know if it was the last stream or whatever, I just looked up other people who were playing Donkey Kong 64. And it just so happened to be Jim Tasty. And I didn't even know that he was like, again, I'm so fucking, not forest for the trees. I didn't know that he was a part of the community. And so we rated him, me thinking that this was a random person on the internet, not knowing that he was like a fucking kind of funny best friend.
Mr. Tasty.
And I remember us rating him and the way he picked up on it. And the way he was like, obviously excited, but the way he was able to be a fucking host about it. And it reminds me a lot of looking back at old clips of young Mike. Because again,
I feel it. I see it, Barrett. I feel it. It's right.
This is what.
Are you done fingering that ice?
What happened there? What happened here?
So, I had to call him out.
You had it. This is what I.
Fisting the ice.
Fucking dump it in.
No, because I did it a little bit and then it splashed, and I know Nick's gonna be mad at me. So then I had to just go like, okay, well we're doing a little bit bigger.
That ice is crazy. Okay. I gotta lock in because I'm faded as fuck. And I have a point.
You're not faded.
I have a point. No, but I have a point.
No. Look at me. What does faded mean?
Like, I'm like drunk.
No, shut the fuck up. What does faded mean?
I'm drunk, but like.
No.
Okay, fine. I'm more than faded.
No.
What does faded mean for you?
Faded is drunk and high at the same time.
No, that's cross-faded. That's cross-faded.
That's
cross-faded. Yeah, no, I'm just faded. Yeah.
So I thought faded was just marijuana.
Really? I thought faded was drunk. Yeah.
You might be faded.
I feel like, Tim, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like in the Bay, it's just faded though.
That's all about alcoholism. It's really sad.
Yeah.
This is. I'm not the expert here,
It's
but like
blurry.
I thought you messed up because it's crossfaded.
Faded is just high.
Yeah, crossfaded is your both.
No, faded is just high. So yeah, you've been saying.
Maybe that makes sense.
Faded
then.
is just not
See,
being
this
drunk.
is something I got from Michael.
All right.
Either way, I want to lock in because I have something to
Faded
say.
is high.
And I want to make sure I make this point right. But like, to Mike, because I was gonna say this way earlier,
Crossfaded,
right? But I was waiting to come back.
do
I was waiting
recognize.
for it to come back around to Mike.
for the correction.
Mike, I want to say that you made me such a better host,
thanks,
right?
homie.
And this doesn't like this goes back to what we were talking about as far as like Barrett wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be here if there wasn't a Roger recording.
Sorry, Hannibal Crude says middle-aged white men discuss substance lingo. I am 29. Fuck you, dude.
I'm
Nah, it's
20.
middle-aged.
Surprisingly, I'm 25.
You're
Surprisingly.
25.
I've been sober for
Tim,
8
I
years.
get. Tim, I get. I'm
You're
sorry
drunk.
to put you under the bridge, Tim. I know you're in your mid-young 30s.
Also, I'm a black man.
But like, what the fuck? But you, what
Figure
is
the
it?
size.
Yeah. Hit that shit.
Again, to the point of like Roger, I think inspiring us, right? I remember back in 2019, probably like early to mid 2019, hanging out with Alex Van Aken or somebody else, right? And they were like, "Dude, could you be the next to be hired at Kind of Funny?" And I look back and I was like, "Nah, man, it's gonna be Stomach Mike." Like, I remember like I think at that time, one kept me on my toes because I think for a while there, right? Like
I came in.
Yeah, then Barrett came in, right? What I was doing with OK Beast, like I was building toward getting hired at Kind of Funny, and I think there was a natural progression of me being like, okay, I think I could see the way that I'm setting myself up, right? Like I could see this happening. But then I remember, I forget what it was. It might have been the Greg Miller Industries thing. I remember you coming into the fray and me being like, nah, it's this Mike dude. This Mike dude
I
has.
have such a big mouth that I have told all 4 of you before you were hired about each other of
Yes,
you.
you did.
Okay, can I tell
so
the story
funny.
from my perspective, Tim?
Really quick.
It's going to be a
Really
vulnerable
quick,
moment.
for the community
Yes.
out there. The special part about this, right? It's never competition. It's that celebration
Yes.
of the community
Yeah.
and seeing how others elevate, right? Because Alex Van Aken was the one who elevated me to being like, oh, well, why don't I try that? I can do that, right? I'm sure I don't know how to do any of that.
What's the saying?
But I can try that.
Rising tides raises all ships.
Yes. That is what it is, and that's what Mike's getting
Yes.
at.
And that's my thing is, 2019, I remember like wanting to work at Kind of Funny so bad and being like, I'm not gonna get it because for sure the Snowback Mike guy is the one. And like me being hired at Kind of, like when Tim hit me up and was like, yo, you're the guy, I was like, oh, you're making a mistake. Like you gotta hire Mike. But even fast forward to like finally it being all of us being here, right, working here. Like when I watch you host, the more I watch you, the more it does influence me. And I would credit a lot of my confidence in getting my flow and like hosting habits come from watching Snowbike Mike and being like, oh damn, that's good. Like, damn, I should adopt that. Damn, like this guy has it as far as stage presence
Thanks,
and mic
homie.
presence, and I need to take that and apply it to myself.
And that's what we're here for.
Yeah, and I
To
want
help
to
each other grow.
I want to commend you a lot for like really
man.
helping me like lock in and helping me uplift my own hosting skills because I
Brody.
think without you, like I don't think I'm as good of a host as I am right now.
You know, I love walking into work and getting to see your face.
Thank
Get
you.
to hang out and do cool shit. I love that.
I know we have so many fucking
We got so many voicemails.
Voicemails?
Don't be glazing.
I'm not glazing. This is more on, it's not glazing. It is more of a, and I asked him his permission. He said yes, because he knows from my perspective. This is more of a shit talking about Tim Geddes, but also understanding and loving of Tim Geddes. Where I was at IGN, and I was trying to get out of IGN. And this was 2018, or even 2017, where I'm hit up morning of Extra Life 2017, where the idea of doing a documentary was floated around by Kevin like 6 months before Extra Life 2017. He calls me morning of the day I'm supposed to get brunch with my mother. And he's like, hey, can you get to the office in like 30 minutes and do this, record this documentary for us? And I'm like, fuck, okay. And I texted my mom, hey, can we do brunch tomorrow? And I'm texting Kevin, hey, I'm not there, but I know y'all are there, so can you already get clips and shots of interviewing Greg, interviewing Andy, interviewing Tim about what this Extra Life means to you? And I was already in fucking director-producer mode on that shit. And doing all of this stuff, and that was Extra Life 2017. And then Extra Life 2018, we didn't do a documentary. We did a, I was brought on as social media help. Because at this point, Kevin and I are friends. And we were friends at 2017. Like, we had been friends. Kevin and I have been friends since, like, early 2016. Just to pull the curtain back a bit. And it was 2018 where I am doing the social media coverage of Extra Life. And I remember like a couple of days beforehand, Kevin was like, how do you do with social media? I'm like, I kind of understand it. I kind of get it. Because in the back of my mind, I know he's prying of like, do you think you could do this for kind of funny? And I'm like, and I'm being realistic about it. And so I do the Extra Life for 2018. Social media coverage. And I'm fucking killing it. I'm doing all these posts. And I will never forget this. And this is not a slight against Tim Geddes, and he's given me the thumbs up. Where I feel it in my bones of like, there's a new hire coming. And I ask him straight up, and this is at the old studio above the comic book shop. We go outside on the old rooftop, and I ask him, I'm like, am I the next hire? And he says no.
Oh.
Tells me no.
Yeah.
On the day that I'm working Extra Life.
Is he excited?
And to Tim Geddes, who's directing this right now, producing this right now, I say fuck you in that moment. But I love you as well. And before he tells me, I guess, Blessing Adeoye Jr.
Yeah.
And he's like, yes. That is who I envision as our next hire. And I honestly think it was a mistake. Again, from my understanding, maybe I'm misremembering things. I honestly think it was a mistake for Greg to pull the CEO card to make me the next hire. Coming in as the social media manager, coming in as the extra director and stuff. Because I think the way you've grown so much, I think the way you could have elevated even with an extra year, like it's just one of those things where again, this is more so, again, it was more shit talking at the beginning, but more so glazing at the end where like, I can only imagine how far you could have gone if that was the actual move.
See, I disagree in the sense that like, I think that would have been too early for me. Like when I think back to myself in 2019, I think for how I view myself in 2020 and like, you know, me feeling like, you know, oh man, I wasn't really that good until maybe 2021, 2022, right? Like in 2019, I was even like less refined. I was even like more mature, right? And like, I think when I view myself now, right? Like, of course, I'm going to continue to grow. I'm going to continue to like elevate. I'm going to continue to do all that stuff. But for who I am now and how I view myself now, I'm at peak me, man.
You're there, bro.
I'm at peak me, baby.
You are,
like,
dude, you are final form. I'm killing it.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
You're going to put a little muscle on that body. You're going to be final form.
I'm trying.
Shit, bro.
Well, again, like I know.
We can do 20 push-ups right now, man.
I tell you what, big,
hit that shit.
You know what? Everybody,
Cheers, don't put that down.
I'm gonna jump in now because I want to let that conversation happen.
Let me
let it happen before I gave any insight into it. And honestly, I love that. I love the perspective, and I agree with a lot that was said. In some ways, other ways, whatever. That's the thing about perspectives. There's a million of them, and there's rights and wrongs. And
see into the trees.
Can I follow up, Tim? And I know I'm a fucking nostalgic motherfucker
Let him
like
ride
you.
it. Let him ride it for a
I
second.
will say, not even a month later, you hit me up while I'm on the way to go to dinner with my wife.
With his wifey.
And you called me and you're like, hey, where are you at right now? And I'm like, in the Sunset.
Where's he at?
And you're like, can I meet up with you? And
Let me third
like,
wheel
right.
this dinner.
Let me wheel through this dinner. And I was like, all right, I'm going to Sushi Zen on Taraval. Can you meet up there? And you're like, fucking perfect. And we go to Sushi Zen, a favorite high school spot of mine that I was taking my wife to.
And she has pictures in that restaurant. Like she's just from high school. Like her pictures on the wall.
That's fucking awesome.
Which we didn't know.
Because that's a bit, for chat, Sushi Zen in Sunset District is known
spot
for
to
all
go.
of the pictures on the wall of all the people who've gone.
Like
the
this
fact
wall.
that Gia is on there is fucking crazy to me. Anyways, Tim texts me. I'm at this wife with my girlfriend, and Tim texts me and he's like, hey, I'm
I
outside.
just borrowed the girlfriend. Just
Sorry.
we're faded. We're faded. I'm letting you cook.
Let him
What did I say?
I think you said at this wife with my girlfriend. I think you meant you were at this bar.
I was at this
bar.
Keep going.
restaurant,
Keep going. We're at the restaurant.
restaurant
Thank you.
with my
Cook.
girlfriend. And Tim texted me, and he's like, "Hey, I'm outside." And this motherfucker, Mike, come to me. Come to me.
Let me come over here. Let me show you what it looked like.
Jesus.
Let him get it out.
So you're me.
Please.
You're me. I'm Tim. You come out of this restaurant, and this motherfucker puts his arm around me like he's fucking high school promming.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Proposing to me
I
and
get
being
my
like,
hip.
"Hey, I want you to be the next hire." Kind of funny.
God.
You know what? Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to Tim, the mastermind, who always sees, he's got the perspective. And all of you three for being incredible. I want to shout out as well. Can I get some love for my Australian best friends out there? People down under right now tuning in. The best friends from across the pond waking up right now. It's 8 a.m., 7 a.m., 9 a.m. over there. Shout out to all of you. You know I rock hard.
What's he talking
for
about?
my best friends down under. You know that. Hey, down under, you know when we did
A-Town? Mike, why do you care about Australia all of a sudden?
when we did the Starfield stream, the chat knows.
Hey.
You know I rock with y'all. You know I rock with my best friends down there.
Hey, don't put that shit down.
Don't put that shit
Don't
down.
put that shit down.
Hey, guess what?
Hey,
Let's flip it upside down for them. Let's flip it upside down.
Flip it upside down. Flip it up. Somebody said I'm doing fake sips. Hey, no,
Flip it
man.
up.
You know, a sip is a sip.
Now here's the deal. We're gonna take two more. Tim, I know we got a lot. We're only going to take two
All right,
more.
cool. I'm definitely down for that. I do. Once Barrett gets back, I do have something to say. But we can play the next one, though.
Okay,
right?
well, let's hold up. Because you know I fuck with the Aussies.
No, you don't.
They know.
Mike,
if you watch the
you're not gonna lie to
Starfield
me,
stream, you know I fuck with y'all. Y'all know the deal. Do a shoey.
Wait, what is the shoe?
Oh my God.
No!
Oh my God! In the tempo!
Jesus Christ.
Now that's for my Aussie best friends. Now remember, we need your support out there. Okay, you might just be getting ready for a dinner time over there. You might be getting ready for some fun. We need your support. We always appreciate your support. Now tune in, lock the fuck in, give some subs over on Patreon.
No.
I don't care. Give some subs on Twitch. Okay,
You gotta pay him back for those $200 shoes.
If you got
Why'd
no
you
money,
do it at the Tims?
In your Tims?
if you got no money, don't worry about it. Just tune in, have some fun, because we're having a great time over here. Now, Tim, run up the clip.
You gotta do a big voicemail.
Before you run the clip. See, I'm down with the Aussies.
You really are.
I believe
that was kind of
honestly,
fucking sick.
You brought me around. I believe that.
That was fucking sick.
You
You're an honorary Aussie
fuck
after
with
that.
the Aussies, man.
That was fucking
Yo, them's your people. Them's your people.
Thank you.
God,
Turn it
what
up,
up,
Tim.
Classic kind of funny. It's Mario Not Bros.
Awesome would it be if it was an
The thing
Aussie?
that just stands out to me about all of you guys is that you guys were all just fucking slam dunks, man. It was so obvious that you guys would have fit into the team and you were gonna make Kind of Funny better than what it ever was, and it's all come true, man. All of you, Barrett, Blessing, Roger, Mike, you guys were all absolute slam dunks, and when it was announced that you guys got hired, it was very exciting and just obvious, and I'm so happy you guys are a part of the team.
Thank you so much.
Shout out to the kid.
Shout out Mario Not Bros.
Shout out to the kid, man. If I saw you today, I'd put you in a headlock. I love you so much. You know what I mean? Shout out to the kid.
First of all,
you're not bros.
First of all, no, you wouldn't. Second of all,
Yes, you would. Yes, you would.
You're not putting Mario Not Bros in the headlock. Mario Not Bros is
What
putting you in
did
a
I
headlock.
miss?
Bang! I'm putting that kid in the headlock.
He took a drink out of his shoe. How wet is your foot right now?
Not that bad.
You drank
You
that much?
spilled a lot.
You spilled a lot.
You spilled so much.
Oh my God, it's midnight.
Hey, Mario Not Bros. I didn't hear any of that voice.
I'll be honest, I didn't hear much of it either.
Run the voice down.
I'll be honest.
No, hold on. What he said was you were all slam dunks, and he is absolutely right. And also Mario, you're a slam dunk. You already know that. But now the Bears back. I do want to say this because you're all slam dunks. That's what this comes down to. And you all now actually work here. You're here day in, day out. You know how many people in the community we wish we could have with us. We wish we could have at these doors, in these seats, doing the work with us, alongside us every single day. Even the people that do work with us but aren't in the building. And so, especially back then, there were so many people that were like, God damn, the dream would be. I mean, today's anniversary videos, looking back at it, like we named all of you, right? Like we knew the people that we needed. And the people we talk about to this day, they know. I'm just saying there, real hold on.
To be clear, because I didn't want that to be a poo-poo on you
No,
moment,
it's not.
because
it's
it's such a.
I want
it's
to turn
more
it into a
just
shout out to
funny
Kevin.
because like there's all these different angles of where things went that I think is fucking awesome where it all landed.
And I want to turn it to a shout out to Kevin Coelho, because Kevin was the one that raised the flag of I need help. We are doing too much in a great way, but Kind of Funny is evolving. We are hiring more hosts. We are doing more content. We're doing more shows. I need more help as a director, and he needed you, Barrett. So that was the thing of him being like, I need Barrett, and he very much in a very similar way to Andy. He was the one that was like, we need to reach out to these guys. We need help in these ways. And it's all important, and it all worked out the way it had to. But the conversations were all happening. You guys were all talked about very, very lovingly. Yes. You're all slam dunks.
Give him some love. You're like, I was about to play the Space Jam soundtrack.
I know you said I know there's only one more voicemail after this.
He was gonna say you all are slam dunks and then gonna hit the slam dunk thing in the middle of 10-second sentence. I'm like, that's not.
Mike, all I'm saying is that we should do the rest of the voicemails.
I'm trying to make sure the
I made the executive call. I don't know what's going on out there. I don't know what's going on in there. We have 4 more. We're doing all 4.
We're doing all 4. We're doing all 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Nick is
This is a special
probably going
moment.
to kill us
This is a
all.
special moment. All right.
This is for the Aussies.
This is for the Aussies.
Play another
Yeah,
one.
we're switching sides.
There's 4 people at this
I'm very sorry,
desk
y'all.
right now.
I know I went on a very long rant.
No, you're fine. You're good.
You're good.
If we get 100 gifted Patreon subs, I'll do a shoey. All right, I'll do a shoey.
Those are Japanese shoes.
Hey, man.
I'll give you my shoe.
I'll do a shoe with you.
Give you her sock?
Listen, I'll do a sake.
All right, run another one up. Let's do it.
We're running another one, but hey, y'all, get those gifted subs, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, because
100 gifted subs. I'll do a sake right now.
I'll do a shoey. Can we get an actual count? Is there a way to get a for real count? If we can push 200 gifted by the end of these 4, could we actually do a shoey?
We'll do 2 chewies.
He's thinking about it.
No, that's a Joey question. Greg's walking in. He might have the answer.
He poured a drink into a shoe
he's
and he drank
coming
out of it. Did you not see that? You saw that, right?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you
My
didn't?
Aussie best friend.
I do like these shoes a lot.
Yeah, that's a stupid thing to do.
I bought these shoes in Japan, but I'll do it.
You made Grayson Waller and Rhea Bloody Ripley pretty goddamn proud with that shoey, Mike. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, big dog.
We have top women, Joey Noel, at the computer, ready to see if you can bring home 200 gifted subs to get these shoeys done. I appreciate it. Good luck to you.
Hannibal says,
Let's
Barrett
go.
trying to think if he said anything bad. That's always what I'm trying to think.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
right,
No, you didn't say
starting
anything
right now,
bad.
here's the
You just
deal.
messed up the
Boom.
keywords.
200 right now. Start
I'm not
right now.
doing.
We'll all
I'm not
do a
doing
shoey.
liquor, though. I'm doing a White Claw.
Yo, speaking of Ray
White Claw,
Ripley,
you can do whatever you want.
you see that twerk?
What? Who? Rhea Ripley?
Yeah.
No, Naomi, bro. Come on,
Run
bro.
up a voicemail.
I love Naomi.
I love Liv Morgan, man.
Shit, bro. I wish I was Jimmy Uso.
God.
They're married.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Who?
Don't worry about it. Move on. Nobody heard.
Give me the
time, though.
Nobody
It's
heard.
time.
It is Timmy time, but nobody heard. It's fine.
I love
Barrett,
Bibby.
Blessing, Roger, Mike. This is Neo Ayoshi. I just wanted to record this voice memo
He's a
to
good-looking dude.
congratulate you guys on 10 years. Listening to your voices grow over the past few years has been amazing. Barrett, your skills are incredible. Mike, you never cease to make me laugh. You're amazing. The Blessing Show has been absolutely incredible. I love the work you guys put into that. And Roger, it's been great seeing you fill your role in Kind of Funny so effortlessly. You guys are incredible. Keep up all the good work.
Shout out to Neo Ayoshi.
Shout out Neo Ayoshi.
Another incredible community member, streamer as well.
Yeah.
Good looking jabroni. Yeah. Great voice right there. You know what? A lot of you have spoke about it. We've all spoke about it. That imposter syndrome, that nervousness of like, am I doing it right? Did I fail every single show?
Yeah.
And it is nice to know that, hey, all of us here at Kind of Funny have left a small imprint on your life. You've accepted us in. I know as the newbies of the group, right? That's a tough thing, right? You get announced as the new hire. There's a Reddit post celebrating you. There's a Reddit post hating you, right?
Yep.
And it's a tough one. And every single time you go out and truly try your very best. And sometimes you feel like, hey, I brought it. Sometimes I didn't. But you know what? Thank you all so much for cheering us on, supporting us, supporting this small business. It means the world to us. And every single day we try to grow. We try our best
I
to
think
be
the
better.
important thing to point out is like for all of us, we care so much. Like we love Kind of Funny so much. Especially like at that point where we're fans, we wanted to work in Kind of Funny and we listen to these shows, we identify with these shows and we love them so much. I think I've seen all of us, especially us three. I don't know. Maybe I know Mike. I don't know what goes on internally
I'm in a
in your
whole
brain.
nother world.
I have no idea what goes
He's
on in
an
your brain.
enigma.
As far as these three, right? I've seen it where it's like you want to show up on camera and kill it so bad and be the guy and be the one, right? And like, you look at comments or you look at chat and you see people that are like, I don't know, like,
You feel like you constantly fail.
You feel like you constantly fail, right? But like, I think the thing that's important to remember is that like, it's that thing that you've seen Greg Miller talk about all the time, or Tim Geddes talk about all the time, of like, for every one person that might have some hater shit to say, there are so many voicemails we're getting. There are so many people that love us. There are so many people that might not put out a voicemail or whatever, that just listen casually, that love to hear the things that we have to say, love to hear the conversations that we have, that are, that love Barrett, that love Roger, that love me, that love Mike, right? That are super fans of the show. And I just want to make sure that we all understand that, right?
We see it.
I think that's so important, because it is really cool to hear that people like look at us and they see kind of funny. Right, like it is the thing. It is the thing of God. I'm faded. It is the thing of.
Faded
is
Okay,
what's a different word?
Don't come
Yeah,
after
faded
him.
is more high.
I like that. No.
No,
What's
faded
a
is
different
high.
word?
You fucked up.
No, you're drunk.
I'm drunk. Okay, I'm a little drunk.
Roger, take your shoe off.
Take your shoe off. Take your
shoe
fucking
off.
drink out your shoe.
Like that.
Roger,
I'm gonna do it at the
Take
base.
your shoe off right now.
But to finish my point, right? There are so many people that look at us, and what they see in us is what they saw in Kind of Funny when we were listeners, right? Like the way that we listen to Greg, Tim, Nick, and Colin is the way that like a lot of people listen to us right now.
Don't tell me that.
And I think that's something that we shouldn't lose, and something that we should remember and like
Beautiful.
appreciate and take in.
Yeah.
Let's run the next voicemail. Let's keep it going. Great job, Tim. Give me another
And sorry,
one.
before the end of this podcast, I will skip. I will see if I can redeem myself.
Oh, don't worry. I already have that in my back pocket. I was going to call you out. The people said it at the beginning. I was going to call you out.
That's what I want to say, right?
'Cause
Obviously, I'm faded or not faded,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But like,
You're
Roger seems sober as fuck right now. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, shit,
Roger
okay.
seems sober.
Roger, take your
Roger's the
shoe
one
off.
taking the fake sips. I mean, everybody's calling me out.
And everybody in chat's calling me out. Yes, I am drunk.
Well,
as
yeah, no, Barry,
shit.
Roger, you're not faded enough. All right, hit that shit. Don't put that
Roger
shit
will
down.
skip
No,
at the
he's
end
not
of this
faded at all. He's just drunk.
for the final voicemail. Tim, run it up. Let's run it.
It'll come.
It takes a second.
Listen, Barrett, I'm right there with
Blessing,
you.
Barrett, Mike, and Roger. I just want to let you guys know that you're massive inspirations to me. Watching you guys start and grow and absolutely kill it every single day makes me feel like I too can one day live my dream. So, thank you.
Thank you.
And you can.
Thank you.
You can.
You
We
absolutely
are
fucking
living proof
can.
that you can do that.
You can do that.
I went from flipping burgers to being here taking shoeys with Roger Picorni.
I went from
flipping burgers.
I was delivering pizzas.
I was fucking
I was
selling
making sandwiches.
shoes. I was selling shoes, and that's where I met my now wife. We were selling shoes together.
I was making Quiznos sandwiches, burning my arm.
Fuck
hairs
yeah,
because
you
people
were.
Like,
Because
hey, I want
Quiznos
one
was
and a
the
half
fucking
tons.
best, bro.
Remember that guy wouldn't give you free lunch? That was
Oh,
fucked
dude,
up.
the guy
That was fucked up.
when I quit, he was like, "Okay, yeah, just make sure you pay for those sandwiches you ate today." I'm like, "Fuck, not sandwiches. I had one."
I was working at Starbucks corporate, just like printing out cover letters for leases for landlords. Shit was boring.
pretty sick.
It was actually kind of cool though. I'm not gonna lie.
Common came to your office.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Common did come to my
Yeah,
office.
bro, I thought you-
And Timothy De La Ghetto.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah. Why? So
De La Ghetto?
Before, you know Timothy De La Ghetto?
Violent
Yeah,
Out?
do you hear me?
Yeah.
Of
Well,
Violent
no,
Out
yeah,
fame?
yeah.
Yeah.
Tim knows that guy.
Dude, I have his phone number.
No way. Call him.
Yo,
right
now.
now.
Call him up, Tim. Call him up.
Let's call someone
Quick
right now.
story, and this isn't much of a story. Before this, for people who don't know, I worked at Starbucks, like in the corporate office, just like on the lease team, like as like an admin person essentially. And randomly, like there would be famous people that would show up, like very rarely, but it would happen. One of the times it was Common, and he was giving a speech. And that was my second time seeing Common on
Follow
accident.
your dreams.
Common, bro.
And then
Buy Starbucks.
randomly, I walk past somebody and I'm like, that looks like Timothy De La Ghetto's like partner, like his girlfriend that I've seen on content. And then I look to the person walking next to her and I'm like, that's Timothy De La Ghetto.
Yep.
Or I forget, he changed his name, his YouTube name. But
Remember when they had his buddies conceited?
Chaturangsu.
Chaturangsu, thank you.
Yeah.
Conceit. Remember,
I conceited.
oh, what
Tim,
was his
you were
name?
the perfect
Carlos
person
Miller?
to fucking direct
What was
this
the
podcast.
rapper? I forget. I can't
I'll
think
tell
of
you
it
what.
right now.
Once I
I'm
met
faded.
Vince Staples.
Really? What? No, you did not.
Yeah, I got him to sign some Astro headphones for King franchise. Play the next heads.
Dumbfounded is what I was trying to think of, though.
I met him.
This
Play
is the
next one.
final voicemail.
Last
for y'all.
one.
Oh, was Timothy De La Ghetto? He was a rapper.
Well, he was a YouTuber. He did rap though.
Was he in
He was
Epic
a
Rap Battles of
MySpacer.
History? Because I'll be fucking with him.
He
then.
probably was.
Because I'll be fucking with him.
He
then.
probably was.
Yeah, that's fire. Play the last one.
Oh, Distorm.
So Snowbike Mike has become one of my favorite people on Kind of Funny. And my favorite moment with him is the time that he did the water ranking. Because nobody in my life likes water like I do, and I thoroughly appreciated
I'm for
seeing
the
that.
people.
But he left
I'm
out
for
my
the
favorite kind of
people.
water, which is Starbucks water. So you should go try it, Mike.
Okay, let's
Well,
stop right now.
No, shut the
Let's
fuck
stop
up.
right now. Thank
Look at
you.
me. This man drinks less water than so many other people at this company.
But you just drink
Bottles
high
of
quality
water.
water. So it's
High
a bottle of water.
quality. First off, thank you so much for the
appreciate this is the
voicemail.
last one.
I love a good water. I love a good water ranking, and I will say Starbucks at the tippity top.
No,
now I'm
no,
going to
no,
raise
no,
you
no.
one. I'm going to raise you one. Go to In-N-Out. Get some
Yes,
In-N-Out water.
you're right about that shit, bro. You're right about that shit.
What do you mean In-N-Out water?
Now, here's
In-N-Out,
the
if you
deal.
just ask for water at
Something
In-N-Out, it's
about-
kind of crazy.
Something about the
fuck does
Starbucks
that mean?
water. They give you the 20-ounce plastic cup. They shove that ice in there,
Mike,
and they
it's the
hit you with that.
ice.
And I tell you, Tim, I'll tell you what, voicemail caller, thank you so
fair.
much for your call in. That water is
is
so
the ice.
good. Okay, and now I'll raise you one more. Like I said,
Bro, where are you
I
going?
love In-N-Out.
No one can see
Walk
it.
off
In-N-Out is my
camera.
favorite thing on planet Earth. And every time I go there, sometimes it's 11 o'clock, sometimes it's 1 o'clock, sometimes it's 10:30 a.m. by myself. I always ask for a double spread only, fries well done, a cherry Coke, and a large water. And they give you the best, crisp, clean water you've ever had.
Stop
Let me
spitting on
tell
me.
you what, you're gonna want that water. So to you, best friend out there that
He's trying to
appreciates
end it.
good
That's what he's
water,
doing.
please, Smart Water, sponsor me before I say this, okay? Tim, call them up, tell them to pay us, okay? Drink Smart Water, delicious water, okay? Go drink Starbucks water. Go drink In-N-Out water. Drink water.
don't you drink
It
tap
is
water?
so good, okay? Try to limit your single-use plastic usage if possible. I know that's crazy coming from me, but if you can, please limit your single-use plastic water bottles if possible.
He is
To
spitting a
these
lot.
three gentlemen, I love them so much. Barrett is so smart. He's
I'm so drunk.
amazing. He's so incredible. Blessing, truly and honestly, you better start writing this in your journal. You better start clipping everything. You better start saving videos. This kid is a star on the rise.
He's trying to end the
He's
podcast.
already risen. Okay, this motherfucker's in orbit right now, and we're
Risen.
watching it happen. Every single day, I'm blessed to be able to watch these three create, and most importantly, watch Blessing do what he does. Roger is my best friend. I love Roger. He is wise beyond his
Proposed
years.
without asking
He is
him, though.
smart. He's fun. He's super creative. As Tim said, as Barrett and Blessing have said, this kid fucking gets it. He's going to go places beyond his wildest dreams. He's going to help people create some of the coolest stuff on earth. I promise you, okay? So get ready for the Ultimate Glaze Fest. But it wouldn't be a Snowbike Mike Glaze Fest if it wasn't for a big-ass call out. Roger Picorni, 365 days ago, I asked your ass to fucking skip for us, and you showed that you didn't know how to skip. So your ass is gonna get out in front of us right now,
We'll all
and
skip
you're
after
gonna
you.
fucking show us, did you learn how to skip in the past 365 calendar year? Roger,
Come here.
God
You
damn it,
gotta
if
come.
you can't skip, I promise to God, this chat's gonna fucking roast you. We're going from a glaze fest to an absolute roast fest. So chat, get your Twitter fingers ready. Let's fucking rip this guy. Hold up. Everybody.
Roger. One foot after the other.
Skip.
One foot after the other.
Can we get the jib or no? Can we press the
This is what
fourth?
you get.
It's
This
the fourth.
is
It's okay.
what you get.
Okay, we're not
Tim,
gonna have
Tim,
put that pressure on Tim.
Shut up. Tim, press cut.
I'm so scared.
There you go.
All right, everybody, scoot the fuck back. Scoot back. Everybody, hold up.
Where am I
I need to
supposed to
see his feet. I need to see his feet. So here, Bless.
Uh-huh.
Grab the edge of this table.
No way.
Jesus Christ.
Going
No.
this way.
Oh,
All right.
All right, there you
I
go.
need to
There
see
you
his
go.
feet.
There you
I
go.
need to
There
see
you
his
go.
feet.
That didn't help
Scoot
anything.
back.
That was
Scoot back.
dangerous to do this faded, Mike.
Okay, Roger, it's been 365 days of people making fun of your ass on Reddit, social media.
Do you see the
Twitter.
overlay?
Yeah, we see the overlay.
Yeah, we do.
It's been embarrassing. If I was your mother, I might not call you, okay? Because, like, your skipping
That's the
ability, clearly somebody at the schoolyard didn't invite you to the fun part, okay? So
Mike,
here's your
here's the
ass.
thing. Tim wants to know how to turn off the overlay, it sounds like.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Press cut. Press cut.
With an overlay?
Press cut. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
Let's get some hindies. Let's get some tappy feet. Let's have some fun. Well, remember, when you skip, you think about
Nick, if you can zoom out like a little bit
dandelions,
more,
you
if
think
it's
about
possible.
sunsets.
There's still some spill right there, by the way.
That's perfect right
Slip
there.
your ankle on this would be great.
Like
now
a,
go.
like a tad down.
All right, everybody.
Hold on.
365.
How about you take 2 steps back? Come into it
Other
where
way.
Barrett's at. Come in with some speed. Come in with some
there you go.
ferocity.
Hold on, Nick. Can you tilt down a bit? There's the overlay we have to account for. Yeah.
Yeah,
There we
lower
go.
down.
That's
There you
perfect.
go. There you go. There you
I
go.
don't know if he's got the giddy up. Okay.
Oh no, he's doing
I
it.
don't know.
He's doing
Bring
that
it
was
back.
it.
Bring
That
it
was-
back.
No, that was great.
Bring it back. Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me
That
see
was
it.
That was good.
75% there.
It was better than last time.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
it. I approve.
You know what? You know
I
what?
approve.
Hey, everybody get your drinks up.
That's a skip.
Get your drinks
That's
up.
a skip. Don't
this
put that
is
shit
for
down.
Kind of funny now. We're not next gen anymore. We're now. We're here. We're
now.
live. We're on your screens. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for supporting the team for 10 years. And guess what? You're not getting enough of these 4 right here. We'll see you soon enough. We
Gang,
love
gang.
you. Cheers.
Cheers.
I drank it all.
Say something problematic, Roger.
Let me tell you about Kanye.